The FDA's approval of the abortion-inducing medication mifepristone, first approved more than 20 years ago. But a group of medical professionals opposed to abortion are challenging that FDA approval, arguing it did not meet safety protocols.
Fox's Jared Halpern. The drug's part of a 2-drug regimen. The other works on its own, but with more side effects. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good March run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves and light yearlings with condition. We expect to sell 1,600 head, breaking down like this: 175, 200 weighing cows and bulls, 125, 150 pairs of bred cows, 1,250, 1,300 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 38 cow-calf pairs from the Hobbs Ranch here southwest of Roswell. Excellent quality black, red, white face, and white face cows with Angus calves at the side. Out of high quality bulls, these cows 9 to 10 years old. Nice set of short term cow-calf pairs. 25 bred cows, Bruton Ranch, San Antonio, New Mexico. Excellent quality Charolais crossbred cows, bred to Charolais bulls, cows 2 to 9 years old. 38 calves, Jesse Brownfield here west of Roswell. Excellent quality black Angus calves, weaned 30 days, 2 rounds of shots, 300, 400 pounds. 39 calves, light yearlings, Mr. Oscar Vasquez, Malaga, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus, weaned, 1 round of shots, right off field, 600, 750 pounds. 90 calves, light yearlings, Azura Cattle Company, Morton, Texas. Good quality black, white face Angus crossbreds, cattle weaned 90, 100 days, 2 rounds shots, right off wheat, 400, 700 pounds. 56 calves and light yearlings, the Bruton Ranch, San Antonio, New Mexico. Good quality Charolais crossbred calves, thin condition, 400, 650 pounds. 67 calves, Mr. John Woodburn, Pinon, New Mexico. Excellent quality Charolais crossbred calves, cattle weaned 30 days, medium condition, 350, 475 pounds. 28 calves, Marley and Whitney here west of Roswell. Excellent quality black, white face Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned, 2 rounds of shots, 400, 550 pounds. 132 calves and light yearlings, the Baylor Ranch, Sierra Blanca, Texas. Good quality black Angus and Brangus crosses, 350, 650 pounds. And 33 calves, the Berry Ranch, Fort Stockton, Texas. Excellent quality black, white face, red, white face English crosses. Cattle weaned, 2 rounds of shots, bunk broke, 400, 550 pounds. Sale time this morning, 9 o'clock. Sell pairs, bred cows 10. Be selling calves and yearlings about 10:30 to 11. Next week's sale will be held on Tuesday in observance of Easter Sunday, and we expect to sell 1,600 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you're wanting to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000 at Destiny Real Estate. Our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
The Cameron City NRA Annual Banquet is Saturday, April the 13th at the Walter Gerald Performing Arts and Exhibition Center in Carlsbad. Live and silent auction, steak dinner with all the trimming, and cash bar. With over 80 guns and prizes for this event. That's Saturday, April the 13th at the Walter Gerald Exhibition Center in Carlsbad. For table reservation and seating info, contact Sean, 575-361-5626. 575-361-5626. Or go to nra.org/events.
Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet. It's March Madness, March Insanity, March Craziness, whatever you want to call it. Bring yourself down here to Carlsbad Chevrolet. Do yourself a favor. We have the most used cars, probably the most mixed here in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, and we want to get it on with you guys. Trade in your vehicle, sell it to us, do whatever it takes. Let's get you into these deals as low as 1.9%. Folks, we haven't seen that in a long time. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great guys and gals.
Southeast New Mexico weather. Hi, good morning. The southeast plains of New Mexico down 285. Its temperature readings in Roswell on this Monday at 59 degrees. A couple of light rain showers possible and the wind gusty. 64 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia. 10% chance for a few showers. And 59 degrees in Hobbs and Lovington. The wind will be gusty with a 10% chance for showers. Tomorrow, temperatures will warm up into the lower 60s area-wide. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Why were you here so early?
It's a special day.
Yeah, do tell. It's waffles.
Yeah, what about them?
They've got
worldwide. Today is International Waffle Day.
Ooh, waffles.
It is a breakfast treat, and it has its own day.
International Waffle Day.
International Waffle Day.
It's a holiday that first began in Sweden to mark the beginning of spring.
Let there be waffles.
Okay, it's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise. Got a lot of things going on. Tom A. in the studio.
Morning.
We were worried about you. We thought today was the day.
No.
We thought the day was the day that you didn't show up again.
Whatever. But I was here at 5:35.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was here at 5:35. But I don't come into the bunker. I mean, here to about, I don't know, 5 till maybe.
I think he was in his car.
Finishing up
He's
stuff.
Taking a look.
Getting ready for Good Friday.
So what's so good about your Friday?
Well, it's it's a religious holiday, ain't it?
Oh, now you've converted. You're religious.
No, just,
I got you. God bless you. God bless you. All right, our number 877-396-W105. I forgot to send in the question of the day.
Uh-oh.
What about this one? What is your boss's worst habit?
You know, that is a good question. Maybe people chime in on it. You got another one?
Yeah, as long as they don't have to give their name.
Yeah, you got another
one? Yeah, Tom, I can pull a couple more out my backside.
I'll look.
Let me see.
Boy, he just sounds like he's all kinds of full of it this morning.
I'm telling you.
B?
Who has the highest car payment?
Ooh. You know, some people actually have house payments on their cars.
No one has a house payment
I
on
have
their
heard
car.
that. I have heard that. Believe me. Especially, especially on the new pickups.
I think what they're saying, their car payment is as high as their house payment.
Didn't I just say that?
No, you said they have a house payment.
Yeah.
On their car.
On their, you know what I
can't
meant.
Take out a house loan on a car.
The thing is, it's as high as a house payment.
Please say what you mean and mean what you say.
So.
My car payment,
what is your car?
Zero.
Yeah, what is your car payment?
Zero.
Is your car payment zero?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, someone gave that to you.
When I wrecked.
Before that, somebody.
Yeah.
When was the last time you bought a car?
20 years ago.
Okay, so you don't count.
Is that true? 20 years ago?
Yeah,
no, it hasn't been that
When
long.
I was in Roswell, I bought a new car.
Tom,
went to Roswell.
We didn't say new. We said car.
Oh.
Car.
Car.
Car. Yeah. My car payment in the Philippines
is what?
Close to $800 a month.
Okay, what's that in the Philippine money?
$800 a month, you dark.
That's American money.
I said dollars. I didn't say pesos. And my car in the U.S., of course, is paid for and currently right now not running. So I got to figure that out before I come back to the U.S.
Right.
So
making us look
all
bad.
right,
All right,
number 877-396-W105. The more and more I think about it, I was like, I don't want to buy another car and only use it for 2 or 3 months a year.
Right.
Did you just say
So maybe
he's
I'll get
making
that
us
one
look bad?
Yeah, that piece of junk he's got back there.
How is that?
Well, you have to look at it when you pass by it.
It doesn't have dents all in it.
It's
Huh?
It doesn't
one
have dents
car,
all in
Tom.
What be?
It's one car.
Yeah, one car.
it. I thought it looked pretty good
I
back
mean-
there, actually.
I mean, have we looked outside your bus lately?
Well, I've got one car out there.
Uh-huh.
My Honda. Anybody want to buy it? As
Who
is,
would want to buy that?
$500. I got the title.
Are you talking about the thing that's all beat up with the one side looks like it ran into a
And by the
dumpster?
way, look into the dash. Once you get into it, it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Holy Monday going on today. Remembrance of Victims of Slavery Day going on today. When I do taking out trash, I'll talk about slavery. Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day going on. National Medal of Honor Day. Thank you, guys. Old New Year Day and Pecan Day happening all day today. We got a lot of things to get to this morning. Joe Biden, again, over the weekend saying things that aren't true. But, well, I mean, we should be used to it by now. And AOC recently took some heat over, talking about the Biden impeachment probe, saying RICO is not a crime. You know, she believes that RICO is a dude in the neighborhood that used to sell weed.
Right.
So, by the way, RICO stands for Racketeering, Influence, and Corruption Organizations Act, which targeted dishonest activity of money laundering and that type of stuff. Look at Hunter Biden. I'm sure you can figure out
the
RICO.
mob. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Donald Trump has RICO charges against him, Fannie Willis case. So Donald Trump is appealing that case. We'll see where that goes.
It's not
Kamala
going anywhere
Harris
before
filmed
the
over the
election.
weekend in Puerto Rico. Now, what was the song they were singing, Blake?
Puerto Rico?
Oh, that was funny. It was, they were singing, we want to know, Kamala, what did you come here for? We want to know what you think of the colony.
For real.
So she was actually clapping along until,
Get that little rhythm going, baby.
one of her aides told her, hey, the song is about you. But we can't expect Kamala to understand what they're singing. I mean, she can barely speak English. So thank you, Kamala Harris. And
English is her first language.
Well, is she part Haitian?
Yes.
No, she's Jamaican.
Well,
Jamaican, Tom.
Lord,
in that
Tom.
neighborhood.
Not really.
Her daddy is Jamaican. Her mother is Indian, isn't she?
Yes, I believe that's true.
Yeah, I know it's a blended family. Eric Trump defends his father against the legal warfare. And by the way, that's in parentheses, legal warfare, lawfare in New York fraud case. So today is a day. And if Donald Trump does not come up with the money or the bond, now I think it can file bankruptcy.
Yes, I spoke about that. I spoke about that last week.
So if not,
If
Blake,
not, Letitia James is going to say that she's going to try to take his property. But you can't take someone's property until they've had a chance to appeal.
Right.
Right.
He's got plan B. You know, Donald Smart didn't get rich by being dumb. All right. And the other thing about it, all these court
he didn't
cases.
get rich by being dumb.
All these court cases that have been filed against him.
No, that was AOC that got rich by being dumb.
He is now the underdog. America
Well,
loves an
and
underdog.
I got a soundbite coming from Frank Luntz, who used to be at Fox, now at CNN, and he was like, I'm telling you, don't go down that road. Do not go down that road.
Well, and the other thing is with these court cases, there's only one that's actually going to go before the election.
Right.
And that's the hush money one.
The hush money, which is whatever.
Stormy
Stormy
Daniels.
Yeah.
Stormy Daniels case. Yeah. All right, let's check the weather quickly this morning, being brought to you by your Mountain Getaway, Camp Tall Pines, Mayhill, New Mexico. Scott and Jamie Miller have done a lot of work up there, lots of improvements. Check them out today. And if you're looking for a place to just get away, place where you can go, maybe romantic getaway, maybe you want to take the kids, want to host a maybe like a company get-together for managers. That's a perfect place to go. Also, during the summer, a lot of football teams go up there and just kind of a get-together for the team. And they do offer that. Lots of things to do once you get up there. High ropes, low ropes, fishing, all kind of other stuff. Give them a call, 575-687-4101, camptallpines.com for more information. Sunny skies, isolated showers today. Winds are still going to be about 30 miles an hour, and isolated showers, most of those showers coming after 2 p.m. this afternoon. 32 tonight, and then 63 tomorrow. And we do have a chance tomorrow of the wind being gone and 63. That's it. Increasing clouds, though. And temperatures will remain fairly mild, like in the 60s for the first part of the week. Quick check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. The place to go when you need anything from a metal roof to siding to all your windows switched out. You're thinking about winterizing your home. This is the perfect place to go. Number one, they do what they say they're going to do when they give you a price. That is the price, and they give you a date they're going to finish. They are going to be there, do their darndest to get that done. And after the job's completed, they go in there and inspect their own work to make sure everything is good to go. Find out more information, Seminole Siding at construction.com or 575-391-1430. They can take care of metal buildings, metal roofs, also your siding. They can take care of all your windows, doors, and more. Check them out today, Seminole Siding and Construction.com. Tom A. on the text question of the day. How much do you pay for your car note? I'd love to hear from you. 877-396-W105.
Well, Bulldozer from Seminole decided he was going to chime in with your other question of the day. It was your boss's worst habit. So he says, you know what? My boss's worst habit? He makes you feel super smart so he can increase your workload, says Bulldozer. And then we've got another on the other question, which is how much is your largest car payment? Well, this text says, I got two of them. He's proud of his $1,400, and the other one is $1,100.
Damn.
Right.
Man.
He must work at the pack.
Man.
Yeah. So then another texter says he went to see Neil McCoy at a concert this weekend, and he said it was the best. His band was awesome, too. True.
Oh, they put on an awesome show.
Yeah, he put it
on. They really do. Kate Middleton has finally given the world an update on her health. Video released, and the Princess of Wales has revealed that she had stomach surgery and uncovered evidence of cancer.
Oh.
And she is in the early stages, though, chemotherapy.
Well, it said it was preventative chemotherapy.
Was it preventative? Wow.
So the way that announcement was worded was that she had cancer, and that they did preventative chemo to make sure that it's gone.
Well, they wouldn't say what kind of cancer it was either. I'm speculating stomach, related to your colon, maybe.
I just said stomach, yes.
But they wouldn't say what kind of cancer she had, though.
They just did. I'm reading from the official report. Stomach. I said it when I read the story.
She does not have stomach cancer. She was treated a month ago for stomach surgery. And then
wait.
2 weeks after that, she was diagnosed with some type of cancer. They just won't say what kind of cancer it is.
No, they found it. Did you read the statement?
It's not what I heard on the TV all weekend.
Did you read the statement?
I saw her say.
Your comprehension is not that great.
She wasn't treated for stomach surgery.
She had stomach surgery.
I know, but you said she was treated for stomach surgery.
No, we don't know what cancer it is. Still don't know to this day.
It's
no,
stomach.
I mean, it couldn't be stomach. I mean, no, it couldn't be stomach. Oh.
Well, they're not going to talk about it. She is under chemo, though.
Oh, my God, Tom,
no,
they released a statement.
They released a statement. It's
when?
She had surgery
What's the
on her
latest
stomach
statement?
because they uncovered evidence of cancer. All right. Iconic Beetlejuice character. By the way, you know what that was inspired by? The character was inspired by, what was his name? It was something Smith. Rob Smith of The Cure. Remember The Cure?
No, not really.
What was the lead singer's name?
Michael Smith.
Michael.
That's right, Michael Smith.
And anyway, they said Beetlejuice, the character, actually inspired by Michael Smith. Tom, name a song by The Cure since you knew it was Michael.
Well, Michael Smith, isn't he a Christian artist?
No.
Did he go secular?
That would be Michael W. Smith.
Well, same one.
I'm starting to worry about you. I
don't know. I don't know a Cure song. What's the Cure song?
Yeah, I'm starting to worry about you.
It's
All right,
Friday.
6:21. We're going to get to things that happened on this date in history on the way. Also, tweet of the day coming up. Republicans blasting the Biden administration.
I was wrong, B. It's Robert Smith.
Robert Smith. There you go. Robert Smith. Red flag operation. So, Tom, what do you think that's about? Red flag operation.
Well, it's got to be some type of danger.
Yes, it's some kind of danger.
Yes, it's a danger to my damn Second Amendment rights. You're damn right it is. Vice President Kamala Harris traveled to Florida on Saturday where she laid out the Biden administration's effort to provide training and technical assistance to individuals responsible for implementing laws designed to keep guns out of the hands of people that pose a threat to themselves and others. New program drew immediate backlash from some Republicans and called it a massive red flag operation. So they're opening up the Extreme Risk Protection Order Resource Center. This center can be used by judges, law enforcement officials, prosecutors, people that work in clinics, victim services, and the list goes on and on. How to keep guns out of the hands of people that haven't gone to court yet. By the way, if states like that law, they can implement their law just like New Mexico did, and we don't like it. So this is another executive order. Can't fix the border via executive order, but I damn sure can do a red flag operation. Not a problem.
Can't stop illegals, but we can stop law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, we can't stop the illegal. I mean, come on. Why would I do something like that? Why would I? All right, good news. Federal judge, looks like federal charges filed against the man accused of shooting the New Mexico State police officer. Federal prosecutors are considering the death penalty and the case against the South Carolina man who's accused of killing Officer Justin Hare. Jeremy Smith, 33 years old, of South Carolina, is being charged with carjacking resulting in the death and discharging a firearm and related to a crime of violence. So it looks like they are looking at federal charges against him. That would mean the death penalty in South Carolina. I'll take that as a win for New Mexico. Wouldn't you take that as a win?
Absolutely.
Put the guy there. And give him the needle, man. Absolutely.
A needle might be too nice.
Yeah, man,
the needle might be too nice. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable, boom or bust, they are there for you. They have unleaded, diesel, DEF values, and interstate batteries. So if you're on location right now, you need fuel, or if you need interstate batteries, go to the website, wakefieldoil.com, for more information. Mr. Wendell Wakefield started Wakefield Oil close to 40 years ago, and is proud to sponsor the Thought for the Day in his memory. Thought for the day is, if you're a Democrat and you own a home and a squatter has taken over your property and you can't do anything about it, just remember, this is all your fault. It's my thought for the day this morning. All right, we got the tweet of the day coming up, price of oil on the way. Did you guys see the story about the teenagers that brought 3 kids along when they stole a bait car in Albuquerque?
No.
So the 14 and 15-year-old. Yeah, they brought the siblings along. I mean, that's nice. So the Albuquerque Police Department actually has a bait car.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 teenagers, 14 and 15 years old, 14-year-old boy and his 15-year-old girlfriend, brought the siblings along, 12-year-old and a 10-year-old. And 14-year-old allegedly picked.
And a 5-year-old, too.
Yeah. Oh, and a 5-year-old. Yeah. The 15-year-old brought the 5-year-old. So there were 3 kids, and then the 14 and 15-year-old. So they stole the bait car, and then they were arrested. By the way, these are felony charges. The younger kids were released to their parents. And, man, we're starting off very young when it comes to stealing cars. That's crazy.
Well, they say that's the normal time in Albuquerque.
Right.
Wow, that's nuts.
Because they don't get the governor memos.
Right.
No, I guess they don't. Dana Bash marveled Friday that, by the way, that's a CNN host.
Yes.
That former President Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden on many key issues in Michigan. Now, there are 2 states predominantly large when it comes to Muslim voters. Tom, name the 2 states.
I think it's Michigan and Minnesota.
Michigan, Minnesota. Dang. Tom remembers something. Anyway, Trump is leading Biden when it comes to Israeli-Gaza war. Bash spoke out, and she said the world was totally upside down.
Yeah.
You know, I agree with her on most cases.
Yeah.
I agree with her in most cases, but when it comes to the world being upside down, and she went as far as talking about there are only 2 issues that Biden is leading at: abortion and democracy. And Biden is going to win abortion no matter what.
Yeah.
Democracy?
That's a given.
Really?
Democracy. Because our democracy, oh my goodness. Crazy. Evidently, this guy was a little upset that they shut down the massage parlors in Eddy County. Did you guys see the naked guy that caught a ride on the back of an oil field truck?
No, I didn't see that.
No.
In Loving.
Funny.
God, really?
And it's funny because I showed my wife the picture, and she said, "What happened to his thing?" And I went, I don't know. She goes, "It's not there. Are you sure that's a man?" Oh, that's just cold. Woman, that's just cold.
That's funny.
So anyway, this guy was arrested and being naked and no shoes on either. Wow.
That
How
means
cold was it?
Well, and think of what all he had to leave behind: his wallet, his ID,
right?
All that.
I'm telling you, he must be running. When they raided the massage parlor, he must have ran out the back window or something. I don't know. Michigan offering homeowners $500 a month to house newcomers.
Yeah.
Illegal aliens, they're going to pay you $500 per person.
Now, I know that people in the White House have to watch a lot of sci-fi because wasn't it V or one of those alien shows where the aliens come here to cohabit the planet with people that they called them newcomers?
Newcomers. Wow.
And so that's what we're now calling people who have invaded the United States.
Yeah, newcomers. And we're going to pay $500 a month per person and you can take them into your home unvetted. And, maybe they'll cuddle with the wife, or maybe it'll be one of your kids, since you don't know where these people came from and don't know anything about them. And our government is taking your taxpayer dollars.
Or maybe they'll just take the $500, and then in 9 or 10 or 11 months, when you've been missing for 8 or 9 or 10 months,
there you go.
They'll come looking for you and only find a bunch of newcomers in your home.
Yeah. What is just crazy is that you're paying taxes, and they're taking $500 per person and giving that money to pay for people that haven't paid 1 cent into the system. Tom, what is 500 times 8 million?
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't ask that question.
Right.
When I see this whole thing about Donald Trump having to pay $455 million in a bond, it takes me back to Bernie Madoff. I started doing some research this weekend.
That's right.
So Bernie Madoff, how much was Bernie Madoff's bond?
It was close. Was it close to that?
No.
Less than that?
10 million.
Okay.
10 million. So Bernie Madoff's bond was 10 million. And by the way, I think that's one of the largest bonds in U.S. history, 10 million. And Bernie Madoff, his Ponzi scheme, took advantage of 37,000 victims, while Donald Trump's bond is $455 million, and there are 0 victims.
That's right.
Everyone was paid with interest, on time, no crime committed.
He's the victim.
But Bernie Madoff got off with a $10 million bond. And the reason I just want to make sure that gets in, that, we have to see the presidents, and, Donald Trump is a wealthy man. But nobody has $455 million just laying around in fluid cash.
Right. But like I said earlier,
crazy.
there's a plan B, all right? There's got to be a plan B.
Well, he better roll it out fairly quick.
Yeah.
All right, 633, Wyoming's gender assignment puberty blocking procedures. They have banned them all in Wyoming. The governor, Mark Johnson, signed the bill over the weekend that would prevent children gender change and puberty blockers. So gone in Wyoming. All right, I got a new law in Roswell. I'll get to that coming up. Price of oil on the way. Let me get to the tweet of the day. Tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. King Driving Academy. Find them 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. 4-week CDL training school. They offer training, 2 weeks of theory training and 2 weeks on the road training, driving training, and taught by a state-certified CDL instructor. No computers, no books. Everything is taught hands-on. Right now, when you mention being the Breakfast Club or W105, take $500 off your enrollment fee. Give them a call today, 575-441-7835. Stop in and see them today at 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. Proud sponsor of the tweet of the day. We need more law enforcement like this.
And I want to say, as to the person, we don't know which homeowner shot at him. I guess they think that they did something wrong, which they did not. If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. So whoever that was, you're not in trouble. Come see us. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday. And if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save the taxpayers money.
Love it. Love it.
I love that. And, wow, that's Santa Rosa, Florida, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You made me laugh. Trump speaks out about the bloodbath. It took him a little while. Here's what Trump had to say about the bloodbath.
The Biden campaign and the fake news media have a new hoax. It's brand new. It's called the bloodbath hoax, taking my words completely out of context. I said that if we don't win, it will be a bloodbath for the U.S. auto manufacturing industry, which is right now turning very bad. And that's 100% true. That's going to happen. That's a fact. Crooked Joe Biden is trying to destroy the U.S. auto industry forever with his extreme electric vehicle mandate, which will ship every last American auto job and auto manufacturing job to China. Crooked Joe is a Manchurian candidate, in fact, doing the bidding of the Chinese Communist Party.
Amen.
I think we're learning more and more that Trump is correct.
Yep.
Doing the bidding of the Chinese because they paid up.
He is
they paid
the
up, and
Manchurian candidate.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of these union workers, the automakers. They're actually personally coming out and supporting Donald Trump. The union supports Joe Biden because they have never endorsed a Republican candidate.
Let's be clear. Union members support Trump. Union leadership, the ones who are only in it to take all the money from the workers, they support Biden.
Donald Trump leading with independents, and he said, please join me, talking to Democrats and independents.
Every American who wants this country to be strong again, safe again, and successful again, our campaign and our movement is for you. Whether you're a Republican, an independent, or a disillusioned Democrat, and there are many, many of them, I think about 70% of their party, I'm asking you to join us on this noble quest to save our country and to make America great again.
Over the end of the week last week, there was a bill that was going to end. It was going to end all the money we spend on flying illegal aliens into the country. It's called the Clear Act law. So Biden flying people into the country, and their reasoning is, well, it just saves so much time. They don't have to hoof it, all the way, across the border. It just saves them time, and it's safer, and it cuts down on the time that they're waiting. Senator Patty Murphy, no, that's what she said. That way they don't have to wait as long.
By providing people with advanced travel authorization, it allows them to avoid human traffickers and drug cartels and other criminal organizations. Accepting this amendment will lead to more encounters at the border, pulling our agents from other work and responsibilities, like stopping drug cartels from getting fentanyl through our border. And it will create long lines at ports of entry as individuals travel through the border to apply for asylum.
Portocito, we can't have long lines. Then you might bum rush the Texas National Guard, right?
Yeah, long lines, that's only for tax-paying American citizens. We want them to stand in long lines. Remember how when the governor shut everything down and you had to stand in line in freezing temperatures to go to the grocery store? She's okay with that.
How long did it take? How long did it take my wife to get her legal residence? Going to doctor's appointments
but that's
and
a legal
going
residence, B. That's okay for you to stand in a line.
Oh, it's okay for us to sit in a line. Yeah, I got it. And let me just say, and some people will probably call me names, and I'm good with that. I am good with that. So the House passed the spending bill to avoid the shutdown. Blake, I sent you this, I think.
Yes, I think you did.
If you do not have the cojones to vote yes or no, you should not be in Washington, D.C. representing individuals.
That's right.
Tom, what does NV stand for?
NV, no vote.
Do you know how many Republicans voted no vote when it came to passing this bill to, the spending bill to avoid the shutdown?
Well, there were more
100.
There were more people total because there was almost as many Democrats that voted the same.
Yep.
There were 300, like 299.
Yep.
Split.
No votes.
156 Republicans, 143 Democrats.
Yep. So 63 Republicans had the intestinal fortitude to actually vote yes.
No, they voted no.
Voted no. 67 Democrats voted yes. 3 Republicans voted yes. Final vote, 67 yes, 66 no, and 299 didn't vote. No vote.
And how crazy is it that a bill is allowed to pass 67-66 with 300 members not voting?
Right.
Yeah. I think I think if you don't have the cojones to vote yes or no, you're not representing your district, and you are taking a easy way out. Don't forget that when they go to be elected again, coming up very soon. All right, we're going to go back to the text line, but first, price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers and Cut Energy Services. They are together hiring, and they're looking for a bunch of folks. They're looking for service supervisors in training, CDL required, diesel mechanics, electric technicians. They're looking for equipment operators, CDL required, and experienced pressure pump hands. Housing is available. They offer one of the best benefit packages in the industry and an awesome pay package. Experience is, of course, required. Apply today at greatoilfieldjobs.com or text oilfield to 63566 today. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer.
West Texas Intermediate, $80.85, $85.67 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas this morning, $1.59.
All right, quick check of the weather. Tom, when you get a chance, look outside and see if my RV is still there.
Okay.
How windy was yesterday?
At least 60 miles per hour out here.
That's what I was hearing. Yeah. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Atlas Maker Mirror, atlasmakermirror.com, 575-631-3189. Call Rebecca today. The best maker mirror on the market, bar none. And you can find out all the information at lastmakermirror.com. You can buy right there from the website. You can go to Instagram and Facebook. Check out the cool videos. Tell you a little bit about the mirror. The Maker Mirror was designed by our friend Rebecca Long, who could not find a makeup mirror that was worth its salt. So she actually designed the Outlast Makeup Mirror. And like I said, it is the best makeup mirror in the business. Times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification, comes with LED lights, and it travels very easy. Weighs less than 4 pounds, comes in a traveling case. It is ready to go. Find out more information at lastmakermirror.com. Visit them on Instagram and on Facebook. Tom?
You know, B, we haven't heard from Rich Curry, our good friend out in Carlsbad. A disabled fireman started his own catering business out of it. Anyway, he says, in my neighborhood, we haven't had electricity since yesterday, beginning at 8 a.m. He goes on to say that 208 residents were affected, and this is him saying this. Xcel decided to do this to us, those sorry bees. 2 fridges have to be thrown away. Now, who can afford that? He's saying this morning. And Blake, do you remember that movie, They Live? One of the texters is asking?
Yes, I do. That was a late 80s movie, John Carpenter movie with Rowdy Piper was in that movie.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And basically he was a drifter that had a special pair of glasses that he could see that the leaders of the country and the city and all that were actually aliens, and they would eat people. Yeah.
What's been a cool movie?
It was a good movie, actually.
Another text.
Well, it was one of those guilty pleasure movies.
Gotcha. Another text. You know, the guy gives a whole meaning to Naked and Afraid. Laugh out loud.
He was naked. It looked like he was not afraid, though. Had a smile on his face.
I guess. And J.R. DePorto is chiming in. You know, they give high school credits for stealing cars in Albuquerque. It's part of the governor's education plan.
I know you're being funny, but I don't know that I would disagree with that.
I don't know if you're off.
Right.
No.
And no, Travis from Texas says, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Beetlejuice was inspired by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
Oh.
See,
you're right about that.
He's on to something. I would say that Lori Lightfoot is Beetlejuice, but Robert Smith from The Cure is more like Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Depp. That's it.
Jasmine Crockett, representative from Texas, at it again. And she says illegals are scared. They're scared.
And so what's happening is, if you know anything about United States immigration law, it says that you can present yourself at any port of entry for asylum. That doesn't necessarily mean just the Texas border, even though that's all we ever talk about. You can present yourself anywhere within the United States and say, hey, I'm here seeking asylum. And so now you have migrants that may be afraid of Texas law enforcement telling them the wrong things, doing the wrong things, or the fact that they're saying they're going to arrest them.
Oh, well, that's good. That's what the new law is designed for.
Right.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you.
Well, and she contradicts herself right there. She says that you may present yourself at any port of entry, which is correct, at any port of entry. But then she goes on to say anywhere in the U.S., and that's not true. You can't just go to middle Iowa and say, by the way, I'm here for asylum.
Hey, so we played the cut from Patty Murphy about the Clear Act law. Marsha Blackburn is one of the representatives that actually wrote the bill, and here's what she had to say about the Clear Act law.
What this would simply do is say that our local and state law enforcement, when they apprehend a criminal illegal alien in this country, that they can detain that individual and require ICE to, within 48 hours, come to them to deport that individual. They also would be required to reimburse that entity for the expenses, and then they would also prohibit funds going to cities that do not comply with federal immigration law.
Amen.
I say this to the Attorney General right now.
Amen. And by the way, that bill was voted on the day, and I doubt very seriously if it passes in the Senate. Chuck Schumer is in charge. I doubt it if it passes. Carrie Jean-Pierre talking about Greg Abbott. She's not happy with Greg Abbott. It's his fault. It's his fault. It's Greg Abbott's fault that those illegals stormed the border.
I mean, honestly, this is a question for the governor of Texas. Seriously, that question is for, he's the one who, the razor wire, that's him. The National Guards, that's him. The Border Patrol agents still did their job, even though it was, they got it, they got in the way, like the governor's plan.
Texas got in. Yeah, they got in the way. Texas got in the way. Yeah, that's what little Carrie Jean-Pierre says. By the way, I got a cut coming up in a second from Border Patrol, and they tell a completely different story.
Video, what does President Biden think should happen to adult men who are assaulting and overpowering U.S. National Guardsmen?
Well, let me just first say we're grateful, and I said this moments ago, to Border Patrol agents for their to quickly work and get the situation under control and apprehend the migrants. So I want to be really clear that everyone who was apprehended by Border Patrol.
By the way, that's their job, and it's not babysitting. Right. Apprehension is their job. That, in fact, isn't that their sole job?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's their sole job. Well, let's go to the Border Patrol chief.
Well, it's not their sole job, but yeah, it's a big part of their job.
Yeah, so the Border Patrol chief was asked about working with Texas, and he says that he loves working with DPS and Texas law enforcement. Here's what he said.
Arrest migrants on criminal charges and to order them to go back to Mexico. Would that law make the situation worse or better?
So we'll have to see what the courts decide on. I will tell you, it's not going to stop us from doing our job. I'll tell you that, especially in Texas, there's no better partner for the Border Patrol than the Texas Department of Public Safety. We have worked hand in hand with that agency for as long as I've been around, and I don't see that ever stopping. They have always been very good at complementing our mission. They back us up when we're out in the field, and we do for them as well. So whatever the laws are that they're going to be enforcing, our mission remains constant, their mission remains constant, and at the ground level, I don't see it ever changing where we're going to be there to work together to make sure that we keep the communities and our country safe.
So does that sound like there's a rub between Border Patrol and the state of Texas?
Not at all.
No, that sounds like the chief is glad that they're there to lend a helping hand. And he was asked, what do they need? Here's what he said.
What do you need the most to deter people from crossing the Rio Grande illegally or the desert in Arizona and California illegally?
So everything revolves around being able to deliver a consequence for an action that you don't want a person to commit. So you don't speed because you're afraid of getting pulled over and getting a fine, a ticket. If people know that there's going to be a consequence for breaking the law, they're going to be less likely to do it. The other piece of that is you need the agents out on patrol to be able to enforce that consequence. Those two things together at a basic level are what makes up our border security apparatus.
So it sounds like, consequence. That's the problem. That is the problem, that there are no consequences. In fact, we've actually incentivized coming into the country by giving people free stuff, $5,000 gift cards, free phones, free housing, free food. Oh, you don't like the food? Oh, we'll accommodate. Wait a second, we're going to accommodate you. Now we're going to put you in with other, with families, and they'll get compensated. So don't worry about it. So consequences, just like anything else, people will not stop bad behavior until there are consequences. Blake, you raise kids.
Yes.
So there has to be a punishment. Correct. There has to be a consequence.
There has to be a consequence.
Yeah, no doubt. Tom, did you see the city of Roswell adopting a new enforceable noise ordinance?
Yeah.
So,
how do you legislate that, dude?
I don't.
If you put in a law that says so many decibels, you can go out with a meter and figure out
who's got a meter. Come on,
they're cheap, Tom.
I will.
Audio meters are cheap.
Yeah, I will say this much. Back in the day, I worked at a club, and from time to time, police would come in and say, "Hey, lower the volume." The neighbors across the street
can see that.
And so they would show us the meter, and they'd say, as per the ordinance, you're breaking the ordinance, and we would have to lower it down. So anything louder than 110 decibels will not be allowed.
110 from a certain distance, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty standard in most areas.
Is it? Yeah. So the guy from Alien Motor Speedway has some questions, of course, because, when we think of sound, we're not just talking about music.
Right.
We're talking about we're talking about motors revving and that type of stuff. Construction would be allowed from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., so that type of stuff. So they passed this thing, and looks like they tend to believe it is enforceable. I would think every cop would have a meter in their car and be able to check out. We'll see how it works.
Well, it's kind of the same, like when you have barking dog ordinances and stuff like that.
Sure.
Whoever's in charge of going out there, whether it's police or animal control or whatever, they have to have the ability to listen for that violation, right? And if you have a certain decibel, they have to be issued those meters. And Tom, those meters are cheap, so don't say who's going to have a meter. They're all going to have a meter.
It's outside, man. How can you measure what's going on outside?
You take the meter and you do it,
you
and
hold
it tells
up,
you,
and it tells you.
The city of Roswell has bigger fish to fry than.
Well, I'm not saying they don't have bigger fish to fry, but
wait. I'm going to bring this back to our show. Sometimes when there's a disco going on by Kevin that's a quarter mile away and you can hear it.
I wish I had a sound ordinance.
That's what that's designed to stop.
Yeah. Now, it's special days. They would get a pass. 4th of July, UFO festival, that type of stuff, they get a pass.
Right.
Looks like a woman behind bars Saturday night after she shot someone inside an apartment on Central Avenue. Police say the man refused to exit the apartment, which led to the shooting. Police say a dog from inside the residence attacked an officer, and the officer shot the dog. The man is okay, the female in custody. So what it makes me believe that it's her apartment and a man's inside of apartment, and then we're going to arrest her for shooting him? By the way, this is a developing story. It came off KRQE. I'm sure more information will be up tomorrow, but that's a woman is behind bars Saturday night after police say she shot someone inside an apartment. Doesn't say her apartment. The man refused to exit the apartment, which led to the shooting. So I wish in a story like this they'd have said inside her apartment.
Right.
But if it is her apartment and a man comes inside of her apartment, doesn't she have the right to protect herself?
Well, you just played that clip a little bit ago.
But this is New Mexico.
Right.
Fannie Willis is double downing on Nathan Wade scandal, warning the train is coming. What does that mean, the train is coming?
Well, maybe she's going to involve more than Nathan Wade.
I think her reputation has been tarnished.
Absolutely.
I think they caught her lying multiple times.
Red-handed lie.
But quoting Fannie Willis, she says, I don't feel like my reputation needs to be reclaimed.
Then why are you talking about it for?
I think your reputation is tarnished in a big, big way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Crazy. All right, Tom on the text, 877-396-W105.
Mandy says, by the way, Michael Keaton is Beetlejuice, she says this morning. And
Beetlejuice.
Right.
And you're still here.
We kind of had the cold questions of the day. One of them was, what's your worst habit for your boss? This one says, my boss is a good guy, but he just don't listen, says the text. Kathy from the past, she says, you know what? On the other question of the day, how much of a car payment do you make? My daughter's Lexus is $1,000 a month, and my husband's Lexus is $800 a month.
Man.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know. The older I've gotten, the vehicle I drive is just, it's got one point to get me from point A to point B.
Right.
And the car I pay $800 a month for, I would have never bought. But the wife wanted, and she said, just buy one car. I'll never ask you to buy another one.
And we did have another text that asked this earlier, but Tom missed over it. They wanted to know about the terrorists in Russia and where they were from.
Oh, I didn't know. That's why I didn't.
And they're, well,
I heard it was ISIS.
Tom, but we know.
Was it ISIS?
No, it was. They're from Tajikistan, Tajikistan, and that's a little bitty country on the northern side of Afghanistan, between Uzbekistan and Afghanistan, and that's where that country is. It's one of those.
And
it's
they
one
are.
Of those
So next question: why did they attack Russia?
That's not the texter's question, Tom. You can't just skip their question because you don't know the answer.
That's my question, though, Mr. Encyclopedia. Why did the Russians? What did they attack the Russians for? You don't know, right? Admit it. Yeah.
B.
By the way, let me just say this much. These guys came clean. Did you see the pictures of them? I mean, they beat them within an inch. America, we would still be playing loud music and trying to get them to come clean.
Yeah, they had both black eyes and lots of.
Within like 2 hours, every one of them were singing like jaybirds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen here in America. We'd play music. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got waterboarded and all kind of other stuff.
Well, like one of them, you could see like where they beat him so hard that they had to have butterfly bandages on his nose.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they think that Russia's going to take them over.
Yeah,
it's a Muslim terrorist group.
This one dude had his ear cut off during interrogation.
No, they don't mess around. School bus with 40 students crashed, killing 2 people. Authorities say that school bus that was a pre-kindergarten student, and that happened on Friday. It collided Friday with a concrete truck and rolled over Friday, killing 2 people. Department of Public Safety Sergeant Dion Crowell said the other vehicle was involved in that crash was a cement truck. And Hayes County School District said the bus was involved in that serious accident and on the way to a field trip going to a zoo. Many people were airlifted, 2 people dead, 40 injured. Sad story out of Hayes County, Texas. And Governor Abbott, Texas sheriffs, Operation Lone Star. So far, multi-agency task force led to 505,800 illegal migrants being apprehended, and 36 had felony charges against them.
Wow.
From previous times coming to the United States. And Texas law enforcement seized 470 million illegal doses of fentanyl during that border mission. And how many sheriffs backed Greg Abbott in Operation Lone Star?
155.
Ooh. Yeah.
Out of the 250 plus counties.
Yeah. So congratulations to Greg Abbott for a job done. And when I hear Carrie Jean-Pierre, the press secretary, saying, well, the efforts, well, do your job. Texas, this is not their job. They shouldn't have to do this job. They're doing the job because of your lack of doing your job. Biden can fix this. He refuses to fix it. 703 KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Some of the stuff going on. Oh, look at here. Look at here. They've got an Easter buffet, 11 to 2. They're going to be doing the brown sugar glazed ham, pork tenderloin, also beef roast with carrots and potatoes, bake, chicken, leg quarters, also salmon fillets. They've got Swedish meatballs and pasta, garlic mashed potatoes, garlic butter baked potatoes, plus macaroni and cheese, and the list goes on and on and on. The buffet, $28.95. Find out more information, Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. In fact, you can go in there right now. They're serving up breakfast, and they have an awesome lunch also. Find them 811 West Main in Artesia, 575-736-2578. Check them out. Tom, quickly before we take our break.
Our Adam from Artesia's chiming in. Glad it wasn't NATO who attacked Russia. I feel NATO keeps poking the bear. And Putin has been pretty relaxed about the whole deal for now, says Adam from Artesia. And another texter, Adam from Artesia.
No. Who was relaxed?
Putin. That's what he's saying. He expressed it. So another one says, so the Democrat lawyers are now fighting for illegals to have Second Amendment rights and the right not to be infringed upon? Wow.
That will go to the Supreme Court and be reversed. I feel confident.
On the question of the day, Lori from Lovington, one of them anyway. My car payment is $165 a month, and it's a 2015 Nissan, says the text. And
that sounds reasonable.
Sounds reasonable. And Sean in Carlsbad, most of the crap in arousal started because of the racetrack. We're already running mufflers on our race cars. Just stupid laws, says Sean in Carlsbad.
Wait, Oilfield Liberal texted in. He said, Mr. Encyclopedia, LMAO. And I'm going to tell you, Oilfield Liberal, anything beyond C-Spot Run is Mr. Encyclopedia for Tom.
Well, I mean, Tom didn't call him encyclopedia. He called him, what do you call you?
I called him cyclopedia.
Cyclopedia.
You're cyclopedia, buddy. I love you, though.
Cyclopedia.
You bring that to the show.
Cyclopedia.
Like I said, anything beyond C-Spot Run is an encyclopedia to Tom.
Yeah. Anything away from ESPN. That would be it.
Ask me anything about ESPN.
Yeah, 20% chance of rain. Most of those showers coming after 2 p.m. today. Little wind, about 30-mile-an-hour winds expected. Mostly cloudy tonight. 32 the overnight low, and then 63 tomorrow. Most of the wind is gone, and we'll stay in the 60s for the majority of the week. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd, and Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Farm and Ranch Supplies, they've got you covered. Western Gear, Purina, yeah, they are your certified Purina dealer. They just got wrapped up their Chick Days this past weekend. Find them 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com for more information. Taking a break, we're coming right back. First, we're not qualifying. Tom, the latest winner of the trip to Disney.
Tom doesn't know. It was Xenia Payne.
Yes.
She was the winner. And so that means that thanks to Bernie's Western Store in Carlsbad, Rig Outfitters and Home Store and New Mexico Junk Masters, they are going to take a trip for 4 to Walt Disney World.
Nice.
Where they're going to have 4 nights at the hotel, airfare included, 3 days park passes, and some other goodies thrown in. Congratulations, Xenia Payne, our winner.
Beautiful kids.
Yeah,
Beautiful
our
kids,
winner
too.
Of the Walt Disney World trip.
And cash. We're coming back to the cash blowout. And if I'm not mistaken, that starts on Monday, coming Monday.
Yes.
April Fool's Day.
Yes.
Not today, but giving your fingers a rest, and then next Monday. Yeah. All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news this morning, being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving this morning, check them out right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Let's check in with News 707 W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process. Stone trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. It's down to 3 as the middle school design team of Hobbs Municipal Schools selected its top proposals from a field of 6 designs during the group's last meeting Monday at the HMS District Office. And while there are similarities, each of the 3 design proposals now undergoing refinement by the regional engineering and architectural firm. The group will meet again April 9 to review those revised proposals and hopefully select the final design for the new 4th middle school in Hobbs. The new middle school, part of a $50 million bond project approved by voters last year. Second phase of the project to build the new middle school includes replacing the existing Heiser Middle School on Standaline Road. New school is planned for property in northern Hobbs, located southeast of the intersection of Millen Drive and North Grimes Street. An Artesia firefighter arrested last Thursday night, charged with felony aggravated assault against a household member for an incident that happened February 25th, where the firefighter allegedly fired a gun during a domestic dispute. Mario Samaniego, arrested February 29th on a warrant issued by the Eddy County Sheriff's Office, which investigated the initial complaint last week. Police say he drove to the home of his estranged wife, shot his gun at least once after a verbal argument ensued. He then allegedly went to the home on Short Track Road in Eddy County after he said his wife did not show up to the Artesia Public Safety Complex at night to pick up their children. He then returned to the property minutes later after his wife's partner leaving and attempted to block the vehicle. Carlsbad mother who allegedly assaulted school employees last year arrested Monday after evading police for more than 3 months. 42-year-old Victoria Terrazas arrested on 2 charges of assaulting a school employee and single count of larceny. During her arrest, Terrazas is also charged with resisting, evading, and obstructing an officer and failing to obey traffic signs. She was arrested and booked into the Eddy County Detention Center. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Thanks for calling Toyota.
My kids are really excited about spring break, so I'm looking for a new Toyota to help make it amazing.
Imagine you and the kids in a Tundra on your way
To the lake to go speedboating.
or even taking a RAV4
To an animal sanctuary to pet goats.
Sounds like your kids aren't the only ones excited about spring break.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
King Driving Academy, located at 1430 West Bender and Hobbs, is a 4-week CDL training school. They provide 2 weeks of theory training along with a 2-week training course on the road. The course is taught by a state-certified CDL instructor with no computer or even books. Everything is a hands-on training course. $500 will be deducted from the course price. They have flexible course schedules to fit your needs. They are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with evening classes coming soon. Call them today at 575-441-7836 for King's Driving Academy.
Most people gamble. They visit a casino, buy a lottery ticket, play an online game. But for a few, gambling becomes more than fun. It becomes a problem, an addiction, just like a drug or alcohol addiction. Free and confidential help and treatment is available, funded by Responsible Gaming Association of New Mexico. A toll-free hotline, 888-696-2440, is available 24 hours a day. Find help at rganm.org.
Don't miss the 3rd annual Wads for Warriors Clay Shoot scheduled for April 26th and 27th in Artesia at the Eddy County Shooting Range. Come out for 2 days of prize boards, live auctions, gun boards, and of course, clay shooting. All proceeds from this event will benefit the Permian Warrior Partnership as well as local veterans charities. They're also raffling off a 2024 Polaris Ranger Crew. Wads for Warriors is the largest clay shoot in southeast New Mexico. Purchase raffle tickets or register your team by visiting wads4warriors.com. That's WADZ, the number 4, warriors.com.
Hey, this is Big Ben, and it's time to announce the Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan's Guaranteed Approval Program. It's a new year, and it's time for a new you. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan has partnered with local banks to bring this opportunity to you. Do you have a job? You're approved. Do you have a passport, a driver's license, or an ID? You're approved. What about an ITIN number? You're approved. Good credit or bad credit, if you're over the age of 18 and currently employed, you're approved. At Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, your job is your credit. Plus, take advantage of the amazing rates on new and pre-owned vehicles. Get rates as low as 1.9% on select new vehicles. Save big today on cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. With over 300 pre-owned vehicles on the lot and another 300 at our off-site location, we have what you need. Save big now with up to $10,000 off on select new 1,500 trucks and new cars starting as low as $19,000. Now's the time to take advantage. You got to get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan today. 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
Now, back to the show.
Be in the Breakfast Club. On air, online, on your phone. Powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
Over $1,300 million.
Devils, Boilermakers, Blue Jays, Bulldogs, Crimson Tide, Huskies, Tigers, Wildcats, Full-Time Fighting, Illini, Volunteers, Cyclones, Tar Heels, Aztecs, Cougars, Golden Eagles. Every March the same routine. Take my bracket and douse it in gasoline. The Sweet 16.
Tom, anybody that you had in your bracket still in?
No, I had picked Kentucky to win it all, but they were out in the first round.
Oh, they choked in the second year in a row. And by the way, their coach just signed another huge contract.
John Calipari, really? Wow.
Yeah, another huge contract after his team choked 2 years in a row. Of course,
Yes.
Texas Tech out, Texas Aggies, Texas A&M out.
New
I'm trying to
Mexico
think.
gave Clemson all they wanted.
What was the final on that, Tom?
I think it was overtime. Wasn't it overtime?
No.
They lost by 13, I believe.
So that was a close game.
Yeah. I mean,
all
come
they
on.
wanted.
Clemson's a pretty good ACC team, and they almost lost.
They lost by they
the Lobos.
they won by 13 points.
Yeah.
How's that?
But that
almost
game
lost?
wasn't decided till late in the ball game. That's what I'm saying.
Almost lost.
Yeah.
God bless. And by the way, congratulations to Patino and the team for going as far as they did.
Yep.
That's not a bash at them. That's just a bash at Tom's wording, acting like it was a close game.
Right.
Well, it was until late.
And all number 1 seeds are still in it.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
My,
So, Tom,
my
you-
bracket's
you
looking
thought
pretty
that
good,
was
actually.
So now I'm going to pick UConn to win it all again.
You can't change once it starts. That's the whole thing with picking brackets,
I
Tom.
could change to the top of what?
No, you can't.
I just did. UConn's
So-
my team now.
The damn flip-flopper.
Yeah.
Well, like we didn't expect that.
So,
So I'm looking for the game.
well, who's your team? But you never did say your team was, or did you?
I don't have a team. I'm not even watching. I was looking for the. That was Saturday. That correct Saturday that New Mexico played.
Yeah, they lost.
It was first round. It was Thursday.
77-56.
Yeah.
The final. So let me do a. Since it was went into the final.
So now
and
there's
it doesn't break.
Sweet
doesn't break
16 is we got 16 teams left now.
Thank you. So,
Yeah, my bracket's looking pretty good.
Huh. Who are you picking anyway, overall?
I think I picked UConn. Yeah. I think UConn and Houston. I think who I have in the final.
Well, Houston barely won. But B, it's like Ric Flair said, if you want to be the team, you got to beat the team.
by the way, Tom, that game was never close. I just looked at the recap.
Yeah, it was never.
It was never close.
But still, you got to root for our New Mexico teams. I don't care who it is.
No, you don't.
But you're gonna plagiarize and I mean not plagiarize, but make stuff up.
I didn't make it up.
Close game. They had to come back. Clemson had to come back to win the game.
Clemson never didn't have the lead. Had to lead the whole game.
They had the
But
game.
it was close early.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was
like,
close before the game started.
Yes, 0-0. Yes, very close. 4 California parks have been dubbed the most polluted parks in the nation, according to an environmental study. Wait, I thought California was so clean and nice.
Mm-hmm.
These parks were disgusting and gross. And it's like living in Gavin Newsom's hair. I mean, it was very oily and, yeah. So, yeah, 4 parks in California, the most polluted parks. That's bad. New study claims that influencers glamorizing motherhood are making new moms feel miserable about their real life. Because most of the time, these influencers are making stuff up to get clicks. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
They're probably feeling miserable with their life also. Not a big deal. And they're getting paid for it, so they're doing okay. Looks like India, the nation's elections coming up, they allowed voting from April 19th through June 1st. So you have all that time to vote. 44 days to accommodate 970 million voters. How many voters do we have in the United States?
Ooh. I'm going to say
170 million?
I'm going to say 200 million maybe?
No, that's less than 200.
Is it really?
Yeah, I would think it would be less than 200. How many people in the United States, Tom?
Last count, a little bit over 380 million.
Well,
no, I thought it was 330.
Yeah, it's like I think it's a little more than that now. But I think that since both candidates got record numbers of votes last time, and they were both just over 80 million.
But 160 million came out.
Yeah, so probably 170, 180 million.
Yeah,
that ain't not good either.
That's what I was thinking. So, and India has 970 million voters.
Well, yeah, but they got like 1.5 billion people.
Oh yeah, they're huge. Good Times. They're doing a animated reboot of Good Times coming up.
Can
April
they not
12th.
have any new ideas?
No new ideas. Nobody can come out with a new idea.
Now, I have to say,
just impossible.
We watched the new Roadhouse last night.
Oh, was it good?
I did too.
And it was pretty good.
With Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty decent.
Let me just say, I don't know. I don't know if McGregor will ever go back to fighting. He's just too popular. And look, it's not like he will win a Oscar for his work.
No, he was just acting like himself.
Yeah, no, that's my point. He was acting like himself.
But I overall, I thought the movie was pretty good.
Me too.
I heard some criticism about, it's not like the original. They changed the plot and stuff, and that actually made it better to me.
Really?
That it wasn't a retelling of the same story.
Huh.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it yesterday afternoon. Then went to the gym, and today we left at 5:00 this morning to go to the city, and got back just in time to start prepping and working. So, now,
who was the hot girlfriend in that movie? In the new movie?
She was still the doctor. She was still the doctor, but I don't know. I don't remember her name. I saw it in the credits, and I don't remember seeing her anywhere else.
Wow.
She looked like she was Cuban.
Yeah, I would say that's probably correct.
Yeah, light-skinned Cuban chick for sure.
Yeah, light eyes.
Yeah, female Tennessee cop. Remember the female Tennessee cop that went wild and slept with 6 co-workers?
Oh my God, for real?
Well, Tom, you don't remember the story?
No, but it sounds interesting.
Lavernia, Tennessee. The cop went crazy and was sleeping with all the officers.
Well,
the only person
really, did she really go crazy, or did she?
Well,
just,
No, I think she had a high libido.
Yeah.
But she did things to other officers while on duty.
My goodness.
And she was married. I think her husband stayed with her. Anyway, she just settled the case where she sued the city of Lavernia, and they settled with her for $500,000.
Well, no wonder he stayed with her.
But why they paying? I know, Blake. I just let it go because I can't pinpoint every stupid thing that comes out of his mouth.
What's true?
I don't think he knew they were going to get that much money. But her libido evidently was like on borderline nymphomaniac. And so she slept with all the officers except for the chief. And maybe he was gay or something. I don't know. But she was she was a equal opportunity offender for sure. She slept with them all. And so now why she gets to sue the city? I mean, she was
bizarre.
sending these guys, co-workers, new pictures of herself and stuff, and performing.
It should have been the other way around.
That's what I'm thinking.
But don't most municipalities settle instead of going to court?
Well, she claims she was a victim of sexual harassment. And by the way, seeing some of those, some of the text messages, I don't think you were a victim.
No, she did the harassing.
No, she wanted, she wanted it.
She was the one that was doing the harassing.
Right.
But she gets 500. Wow, crazy. All right, Powerball jackpot continues to climb, jumps up over $800 million with no winner over the weekend. So Powerball, no winner on Saturday. That's tonight, right? Monday?
Yeah.
Saturday, Monday,
I'm buying
Wednesday.
a ticket when I leave here.
I might go get me a ticket.
Over $800 million. Albuquerque woman connected to her granddaughter's death takes a plea deal. So the grandmother took the plea deal in the death of her granddaughter's death. Diana Garcia pled no contest to abandonment of a child resulting in death and failure to report child abuse. Paramedics found the 2-year-old Diana McElroy at Garcia's home in Albuquerque in 2021, and the child's body was bruised and burned. Garcia's son, Michael, pled guilty to causing the death of the 2-year-old, and he's going to be sentenced 28 years in prison. Now, she took a plea deal that hasn't been settled yet, but, yeah, her son got 28 years in prison. By the way, if you don't want kids, please don't have kids. Right. By God, please do not. 2 Texas boys taken into custody Saturday following the stabbing of a woman who was left hospitalized with critical condition. Stabbing happened at a residence in April Valley Courts in Harris County in Houston. Yeah. So the boys ages 7 and 12 allegedly returned home after a verbal confrontation with a woman aged 59. The child fled the scene after stabbing the woman, and she was life-flighted to the hospital. That's pretty much all they know at this time, but she was stabbed multiple times in the stomach.
Yeah, and neighbors said they saw her talking to those kids before that happened. They were on their bicycles, and then they rode away and came back and did that.
7 and 12 years old. By God. 727 being the Breakfast Club, taking out the trash. Coming up next, morning show being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Get in touch with Janko Janitorial right there on West Main Street in Artesia. Looking for janitorial supplies. They've got all your cleaning supplies ready to go, and they can deliver them to you. 575-703-1869, or go to the website, jancojanitorial.com. If you want them to do all the cleaning, they do industrial, oilfield, and commercial cleaning. Get in touch with Amber this morning. That number, 575-703-1869, jancojanitorial.com. Tom?
All right, so this text is saying, my car payment on the question of the day, how much have you ever made, the biggest payment you ever made? My car payment is $1,360 a month, and I make 4 every month, says the text.
Holy camole.
Right. And my question is, why didn't the Border Patrol shoot the illegal immigrants rushing them and endangering their lives?
Well, it wasn't the Border Patrol. It was the National Guard. And I think there has to be some rule of engagement to protect themselves.
It has to be. Because if you rush a regular police officer, guess what? He's going to shoot you. Okay?
Now, in some cases.
Well, to be fair, their first priority is to make sure they protect themselves. So, I'm with that guy. How come they didn't shoot them?
Well, I think there has to be some rule of engagement. You can't give somebody a gun and not let them use that gun to protect themselves. Somebody is going to get hurt. And, Blake, we were talking on Friday. Hopefully, Greg Abbott comes up with a solution for that, now.
Right.
Now.
Shoot him.
All right, Tom.
I was in Albuquerque this weekend, this one text says. The homeless and drug users are taking over the city. I mean, they're smoking drugs on the street right in front of the cops, and Grisham is running Albuquerque, says the texter this morning. And watching.
Well, I saw a picture of her over the weekend. She needs to run something.
Big John is chiming in. I watched the new Roadhouse. Thought it was better than, the original. Big John is chiming in on that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I thought it was a good movie.
I thought it was good.
Go see it.
Yeah.
I may go see it tomorrow.
It has way too much action for you.
Does it?
No. You'll be
mean.
You'll be wanting more chick flick movie. No, you're not gonna like it. I'm just
that
telling
was
you.
a chick flick kind of the original.
I was pretty impressed, and I told my wife last night. I said I was pretty impressed with Jake Gyllenhaal and the fight scenes with Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's like he had to do some training and just to be able to choreograph those.
Yeah,
right.
You know the best movie I've seen him in? It was about 5 years
Spider-Man?
ago. No,
He was when he was Mysterio.
It was Nightcrawler. He was an overnight.
That was pretty
guy.
good. That was a pretty good movie.
So anyway. And this,
but I recommend Roadhouse if you like the original, if you like action movies, if you like any of those kinds of things. I think it's a good movie all the way around.
And it's on Amazon, so it's free. So if you like free, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, take it out. Trash coming up next. Quickly finish.
All right, so sure is a big difference between 2006 and now. In 2006, I was with the Georgia Army National Guard on the border in Deming, New Mexico. So New Mexico, man, I need to pull their head out of that 4-point contact and join Texas, he says this morning.
This governor's not going to go along with that.
No.
Not going to happen. Will not happen. All right, let's do Taking Out Trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-390-4549, trash-eaters.com, reminding you the Lovington Animal Shelter, they need help. Number one, they need volunteers. If you can volunteer your time, that would be awesome. And if you can donate some cash so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility, that would be awesome also. 575-552-3669. Taking Out Trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Well, it looks like Boston activists seek $15 billion in reparations and call on white churches to commit to extending the wealth. Blake, you read this story, right? So the Boston Task Force for Reparations calls for white churches to step up and play black communities, got to pay the black communities for the racial and inequality going on, and the whole idea about slave trade. How many slaves do we have?
We have 0 now, but if they really want to do this, how many slaves did Kamala Harris's ancestors sell?
Exactly. Not only her, Sonny Holstein from The View, her family also slave traders. Yeah. The largest plantation in Louisiana, owned by an African-American man who was a slave trader.
Just saying.
So, and how do you divide this money up? Because we have no living slaves in America today. Everybody has the equal opportunity to get out there and get her done. So they are looking for $15 billion. Ooh. A payout. $15 billion. And by the way, they went a little further in another story, not the one on Fox, but they said they want white people to wash their feet to make amends.
What?
And let me just say this much. I am not washing anybody's feet. I am not washing anybody's feet.
Well, I may wash somebody's feet, but it's not going to be for that.
No.
Stinky.
Thank you. I am not washing anybody's feet, especially any crusty feet like Tom's feet. I'm not washing feet. I am not washing feet.
Vitamin A.
And vitamin A.
Yeah.
What is that for?
Well, feet.
Oh, that's for feet. That'll keep your feet
He has
good.
no idea what vitamin A is.
Well, whatever is working.
The point is that I am sorry that people were brought to America from Africa. I am sorry that slavery existed in America, but it wasn't just for blacks. The Chinese, the Irish, they are the forgotten ones. They were also enslaved. They are forgotten about. It's a terrible thing, but we have no slaves living. What was the promise, Blake?
40 acres and a mule.
So, I guess we could figure out how much 40 acres and a mule were.
Sure. And if you can prove that you're a descendant of one of the slaves, I say we give you that. That's less than the stimulus checks they sent out.
Yeah. So I think that's about, that would, if we go back to the day, I think we're, we figure out $505. I'm willing to do that, but you're not getting $1 million. And I ain't washing nobody's crusty feet. I'm just not. And by the way, that goes for, I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic. I ain't washing no feet. That's just me. I'm not washing feet. Tom, you going to wash some feet? By the way, my family didn't come here until after slavery. So why should I have to pay?
Right. And you could take the money from anyone who I guess it's still going to be taxpayer money, but you could say the descendants of the slave owners to the descendants of the slaves, but you got to prove it. Yeah. Now that means that Kamala Harris again is going to have to pay a lot of money.
Yeah, she should have to pay. Yeah. And not only that, I think the Democratic Party should have to pay after the terrible things that they did to black folks.
Yes.
I think they should have to pay.
Yes. Anybody who's a member of the Democrat Party right now,
I think they should pay.
They should pay because they are the party of the KKK.
Yeah, I think they should pay. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies Hobbs Airfield Speedway. TNT Racing coming up on Friday. Gates open at 6. Races start at 7 on Friday. And then bracket racing happening Saturday. And, of course, drivers' meetings. Gates open about 11 o'clock. Races start about 1. After the drivers' meeting at 1. And find out more information. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can race box, no box, street bikes, junior dragsters, bracket racing. Find out all the rules and stuff. Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. Or call Jamal for more information. 575-631-5099. Check them out today. Things that happen on this date in history. We're going to talk about the big decision about U.S. agriculture gearing up to use aerial drones to swarm farming land after a FAA decision. We'll get to that coming up next.
And Texas and John in Carlsbad, no reparations for nobody, he says. And Kevin, we do have slaves that are living. Everyone who works and pays taxes, he says this morning. And another text says, how many white people died fighting to free the slaves?
Good point.
Ask the text.
Should they get paid?
They should.
Their descendants should get paid. Yes.
Well, wait, and I talked about how that would be less than the stimulus checks. Can't we just say that the stimulus checks that they did around in this last time, that was reparations for everyone?
Yeah, maybe. Here's the problem, and I've had this discussion with some black folks. And they feel that they were hindered because their ancestors were slaved. They were slaves. I look at migrants that come to the country every day and succeed. I talk about the guy from Kenya that I met on an airplane flying back from Qatar, living in America, living in Dallas. Bought one big rig, bought another. Now he's got 5. Hard work.
Yeah.
I asked him the question, is America a racist country? If it was, I wouldn't be able to borrow the money to buy all these, commercial trucks.
Right.
If it was. No, it's not.
If you're still willing to put in the work and to put in the effort, the American dream is still there for everyone.
It's still there. Yeah.
The only people who really call for these things are the people who are too lazy to get off their butt and go try
Amen.
to make themselves
work.
better. I have so
Go
many
work.
friends of all ethnicities,
Mm-hmm.
and you can figure out which ones are going to be successful and which ones aren't by their willingness to go out and go after what they want.
There are people out there that don't want to work weekends, and I get it. You know, after 40 years of working, I didn't want to work weekends either.
Right.
But it took me many years to get to the point where I didn't have to work weekends.
Right.
So the idea, no, I can't work weekends. I need my weekends off.
No. If you're willing to go out there and put forth the effort in this country, in the USA, you can do almost anything you want to do. But you got to be willing to put in the work or to study or to do whatever it takes to get to where you want to be. You have to identify, you have to make those goals, and you have to work towards them.
I see these people running convenience stores. They own the convenience stores. They're running the convenience stores. They're working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
You know why? Because it's theirs. It's theirs.
Yes.
It's their dream. Same thing with owning a hotel. Crazy. U.S. agriculture industry gearing up for aerial drone swarm after the FAA's decision. So the FAA has granted its first exemption for the use of drone swarms above American farms that would have high-speed, high-tech processing to save farmers time and money. I would love to hear from a farmer if they are happy about this, but the drone manufacturer is a Texas-based company, and they have applied for an exemption from the FAA where they will allow their fleets of drones weighing 55 pounds or more to fly together. And remember we had a call a couple weeks ago about a guy that says that there would be drones up in the air tracking. Those weren't drones. Those are satellites up in the air tracking the amount of gas in the oil patch.
Right. Yeah.
That's scary as hell.
Yeah. We already have those satellites in orbit.
Right. Yeah. 60 dead, 45 injured in that Russian concert attack. We talked a little bit about that, but Vladimir Putin says he will retaliate against the Islamic State. Problem with him retaliating, he's spread pretty thin at this point in time. All right, we're going to talk about cockfighting coming up next. Oklahoma. Could they weaken the ban on cockfighting? I'll get to that coming up next. National anthem and the pledge still to come. Biden's support with African Americans is actually falling. Tom, what do you think is the reason for that?
Well, immigration.
Immigration?
Yep. What? Well, the immigrants are getting paid.
Okay.
Do you listen to this show?
I do.
I don't think he does, Blake.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
So CBS came out with a brand new poll, and they discussed this on CBS Morning News.
But I think what we're seeing is not just a softening, but a real questioning of whether or not folks' lives were better 4 years ago or in the past than they are now. And we're talking about voters of color. They don't necessarily see, I've been focusing a lot on black women, prominent black women across the country, don't necessarily see themselves within the Biden campaign. And that's been a big problem because they say that it is reflective of the issues that we're seeing that black voters may have with the Biden campaign.
Big thing is independents are steering away from Biden. And I think what's going on with in New York with Donald Trump, I think this could be problematic. And yesterday on the Sunday show, CNN, Frank Luntz. Now, Frank Luntz used to be with Fox. He was a polling guy,
that's right,
and
that's
also he was a guy that did a lot of stuff on body language. And Frank Luntz talked about Donald Trump's property being seized and what could happen after that.
I want you to remember this moment, and don't forget it. If the New York Attorney General starts to take his homes away, starts to seize his assets, it's all going to be on camera. Pundits are going to sit there and scream about this. This man cannot be elected. You're going to create the greatest victimhood of 2024, and you're going to elect Donald Trump. If they take his stuff, he's going to say that this is proof that the federal government and the establishment and the swamp in Washington and all the politicians across the country and the attorneys generals and all of this, that this is a conspiracy to deny him the presidency. He's going to go up in the polls just like he went up every single time they indicted him. The indictment, let's not talk about whether it's justified or not, but it will prove the things that he's saying on the campaign trail, and he will go up, and it may just elect him president. Do not forget that. And I say this to the Attorney General right now.
I think he's onto something.
Yeah.
Every time they have indicted Donald Trump, the numbers have gone up. Not going down, but going up.
Yeah, the government's making him an underdog. I'm just telling you.
He's a martyr.
Yep.
He's a martyr.
Yep.
Kerry Jean-Pierre talks about Bidenomics growing the middle class. By the way, since 2022, the middle class has lost $2.8 trillion of its wealth. Here's what she said.
It is clear that President Biden's economic plan is working to grow the middle class.
No, it's not. We have lost money, and part of the reason we have lost money is that people are spending their savings just to get by. I know it sounds sad, and it is, but that's the God's honest truth. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't know how I feel about this. It's an election year. Marjorie Taylor Greene says it's time to get rid of Speaker Johnson. And look, I get it.
I mean, there comes a point to where you kind of have to sit with what you got for a little while.
Yeah. I get it. They passed a budget deal. Some of the things that are in that budget, it's trash. It does nothing to fix the border. There's still all kind of transgender money and this and that. Look, if you want to become a transgender person, go and have it clipped on your own dime.
Right. I shouldn't have to pay for it.
No, you should not have to pay for it. I shouldn't have to pay for it. But here's what she had to say about maybe getting a new speaker.
Do you really think that there's someone who can get 218 votes to become Speaker of the House?
I certainly hope so.
I mean, it was so hard to go the last time. You're going to go through
It was hard to go the last time, but look at where we are now. They just passed a funding bill that doesn't secure our border, does nothing to stop the daily invasion. This budget funds full-term abortion. It funds DEI. It funds trans ideology on our youth as young as 12 years old. We're already in crisis. So
is it the fight that
leadership?
Is it the fight you want to have in an election year?
Absolutely, it's the fight I want to have in the election year because, damn it, I want to win that House. I want to win the White House. I want to win the Senate, and I want to restore this country back to greatness again, back to safety, back to security for every single American. Because right now we don't have it, and that's the fault of Democrats and the Biden administration.
You're against.
I agree with everything she said, but I think timing is everything, and I don't think you fight this battle until after the election. Let Donald Trump get in there, and I think that would be the smart thing to do.
Right. Don't look. Here's the one thing the Democrats do really well: they don't fight each other in public.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they plan.
Yeah.
They plan, and don't go on TV without a plan.
And they don't.
That's part of it.
In an election year, they rally.
Yeah.
They join together, circle the wagons.
Yeah.
Because they know
doubt.
that's how you win elections. If you go out there pointing out all the flaws of your own party, all you're doing is cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Agreed. Ohio woman arrested after she cut off a man's arm with a sword. So the woman charged with felony assault after police say she cut off the man's arm with the SARD in Campbell, Ohio. SARD. Wow. This woman wasn't very sharp. Now, the SARD was. People in Campbell are appalled that they believe crimes like this belong in Akron or Columbus or wherever, but not in their little town. Come on. And cockfighting doesn't have a chance to maybe come back to Oklahoma. Cockfighting opponents in Oklahoma are worried that support is growing to weakening the state's ban on the blood sport. Tom, your thought on that?
No, don't bring it back. PETA will get on your butt.
Who cares about PETA, but don't bring it back because it's inhumane?
There you go. Number
Look,
one.
I don't go to cockfighting. Where I live, there's cockfighting everywhere. Every town has a cockfighting ring. I don't believe in the sport. I know people that believe in the sport, and they raise these animals. I don't have a.
It still goes on. I mean,
yeah.
we were out driving around a while back, and we drove past a place, and you knew right away they were raising chickens for that because they had the individual pens out there, and they had them, individually in their little pens, and so you knew what they're raising them for.
Right. There are a lot of people in southeast New Mexico that travel and go right across the border and bring their roosters with them and fight them right across the border in Mexico.
Well, in southeast New Mexico, we had a couple of really big ones back when it was legal in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And, those places are still there.
Yeah.
The buildings are still there.
And I have heard that there are illegal cockfighting going on pretty much every weekend across southeast New Mexico.
Now, let me ask you, Blake, when you were animal control, did you see a lot of dog fighting, though?
We busted a few.
Now, that is cruel.
Any time an animal is forced to fight another animal and they don't have a choice in it, my personal belief is that is cruel. Because, like, the people who fight professionally and fight however they fight, is they have a choice. But these animals don't really have a choice. And so if you're forcing anyone to fight, that's cruel in my opinion.
They're fighting for their life.
That former quarterback, Michael Vick, he got 2 years for that. He should have gotten more for that.
My personal opinion on Mike Vick is he was more than just involved in dogfighting.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe in serving your sentence and paying for your crimes and such. But from what I understand, he's still, like, in the underworld is still involved.
Is
in
he
that.
really? Wow.
And so I have no respect for Michael Vick.
No. God, no.
But I believe that if you serve your time, then you should get a fresh slate. But if you go back to that, I have a real problem with that. But it tells me a lot about your character more than anything else.
Yeah, but when he got out, Philadelphia signed him to a big contract.
And that's their prerogative. If that's the type of environment that you want to support, then support it. But, and again, I believe if you serve your time that you should start with a clean slate. But if you go right back to that, yeah, exactly. But if you go right back to the behavior that got you in trouble in the first place, that's on you, and that's an indication of your character. And I don't have sympathy for it.
I agree with you.
All right, 7:53, National Anthem and the Pledge coming up. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill. You'll find them in Lovington. Family owned and operated. They got 30 years experience in the meat market service industry. They've got meat packs that you will find there, like the number 3 meat pack includes about 15 pounds of meat, ribeye steaks, 2 pounds, T-bone steaks, 3 pounds, New York strip, 3 pounds, 3 pounds of top sirloin, and 3 pounds of lean patties. Your price for meat pack number 3 is $129.99. Find out more information. Follow them on Facebook. They're serving up breakfast right now. Get in there and enjoy one of the platters or the burritos. And don't forget, they always have awesome lunch specials 575-739-7778 or 1422 South Main in Lovington. Tom, quickly to the text. Things that happen on this date in history up next. Then we'll do our national anthem and the pledge.
This text saying, y'all don't know nothing about our heritage. Well, tell us. And roosters, they fight. Natural dogs are trained, says this one.
Now, what heritage are we talking about?
Yeah, we have no idea.
We have no idea. So that's why I said, let us know about that. And Chip is chiming in. Tom is absolutely right. That is exactly what they're upset about, that there have been many video clips of interviewing black people. That's exactly what they're saying. All these immigrants are coming over here, taking their stuff, and we deserve that they're kicking out our we don't deserve that they're kicking out our families out of these low-income housing. They're taking all the food stamps. Yeah, so he's not wrong. Wow.
Well, we played some of those cuts. Remember when they gave away the free turkeys and hams in Chicago?
Yeah.
Those people were ticked. They said that the illegals got there early and they were in line. They camped out overnight. Well, I mean, look, I can't shame somebody for putting forth a bigger effort.
Mm-hmm. Right? It's free. And he goes on to Chip says, I don't know why y'all are clowning on him. Are you guys watching the news? He's asking this morning. Wow. All right, B, on that, you don't know our heritage. This texter says, he said, this is it's our Mexican heritage.
Okay. Did I say anything about anybody's Mexican heritage?
No, you asked what heritage they were. He's chiming in on it.
But I'm talking going back to the first part of the question. We don't know anything about anybody. I guarantee Tom's Mexican. I probably know more about Mexican heritage than Tom.
You don't?
But please do tell.
I don't know what they're saying.
And by the way, I get it. The only thing I said are people are driving to Mexico to cockfight. I didn't say bad. That's bad. I didn't say anything about it.
Anyway, he was saying that's our Mexican heritage.
What, cockfighting?
Uh-huh.
Well,
okay.
Here's what I'm going to say to that. If you have to have an excuse for being, and I'll just say, if you want to promote any kind of cruelty, and I'm not just going to limit it to this because I'm going to expand to all heritages.
Right.
If you want to promote cruelty and then hide behind and say, well, that's our tradition or our heritage, there's a lot of things that the world has evolved past that you could say is heritage. And you can go back, I guess, in your opinion, slavery's okay because it was a heritage that went back thousands of years around the world. But it's, slavery's not okay, and we all know that now. So, I mean, if you have to have an excuse to justify an action, I'm just going to throw that out there.
And Chip is chiming in, B, says cockfighting apparently is the Filipino heritage too.
No, it is. No, that's what I said. I see it everywhere. I know people that raise cocks to fight. Like I said, I don't enjoy the sport. I don't get into the sport. I've never gone to the sport. I've been close enough to it. I don't have anything to do with it. Definitely Filipino. And where the Filipinos get that from? They got it from Spain.
Right.
Where did the Mexicans get it from? They got it from Spain. So ultimately it's a Spanish heritage.
Right.
It's not a Mexican heritage, it's Spanish.
Well, on that, Adam from Artesia is saying, what about the bullfighting?
Yeah. Like bullfighting. That's a Spanish
Where
heritage.
Where did bullfighting come
Spain.
from?
Olé!
Okay, that's Spanish too. All right,
well,
let's get
and Lovington Trashman, I just got to throw this in here. Lovington Trashman said Indian scalping was a heritage, but they don't run around doing that now.
Thank God for that.
I mean, there you go.
Thank God for that. All right, let's get to things that happened on this date in history, being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms, the indoor firing range. Our buddy Dwayne Pinnock, veteran-owned and operated, largest gun dealer around. State-of-the-art indoor firing range. If you were thinking about firing, going out and shooting yesterday, and with the 60-mile-an-hour winds, No, that wasn't gonna make it. But you could have went and did the indoor shooting range at 2A Tactical, and they also have the FBI training simulator called the Milo that allows you to train using the live fire or the laser with 1,000 different scenarios. Pretty cool. They have tactical gear. They have ammo, a huge selection of firearms. By the way, when it comes to the firing range, you can join and pay by the hour or pay by the month. 236 East Navajo, Suite 1200 in Hobbs, online at 2atacticalrange.com. Things that happen on this date in history. Pope Stephen II died on this day, just days after he was elected. Also, Continental Congress authorized the medal for George Washington in 1776. Greece gained its independence from Turkey on this date in 1821. RCA began manufacturing the first television set that was colored in 1954. By the way, the screen, 12.5 inches. Wow. The price tag was $1,000. Who could afford that back in the day? 1996, $100 bill was redesigned. And today is Waffle Day, Bad Hair Day, Holy Week, the beginning. Today is Holy Monday. Big Sean the Rapper is 36. Danica Patrick is 42. Oh. She's been around the track a couple times.
She is now the queen of the Hallmark movies.
What? No, she's known for racing, Tom. Danica
Sarah
Patrick.
Jessica, yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker is 59.
Wrong Danica.
What?
Wrong Danica.
He doesn't.
Here's the deal. If you don't know from this point, just don't say anything. Please.
Mistake, man. Like you don't make mistakes, or you don't make mistakes. Hello.
If you don't know, just don't say anything.
Oh.
Elton John is 77. Jessica Parker's 59.
Yep.
Gloria Steinem. Oh, yeah, remember her? She was a movie star. Yeah, you remember, 90 years old.
Is she a women liver?
Yeah, Driving Force,
yep.
Tom, Driving Force. And that's pretty much everything going on today, unless you see something I missed, Blake.
Use that birthday.
Going down the list.
I mean, you can always,
folks.
Yeah, tell Tom to invent one. And I do mean invent one. Crazy. All right, looks like isolated showers coming up this afternoon. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. They can dry clean your clothes, press your clothes. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. When you come back and pick them up, they're all folded and ready to go. Cool. Now, if you want to do all that for yourself, not a problem. They have coin-operated machines at all 3 of their locations, and they're open 7 days a week. 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street, Carlsbad, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. High temperature today, getting up to about 60. After 2 p.m., we have isolated showers in the forecast. Winds gusting over 30 miles an hour. 32 tonight, 63 tomorrow, and most of that wind is going. It will be a little cloudy for the next couple days. We're going to get you updated with all the news coming up in just a second. 8:04, be on the Breakfast Club. We got to do our national anthem and our pledge. Being brought to you by Rebecca Long, Farmers Insurance agent, and has been for 40-plus years. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today. She can take care of your home, auto, life insurance, recreational vehicles, commercial insurance, and more. She's got the experience to come up with a quote that's designed to meet your need. 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long, proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge.
We are the Dominguez family from Hobbs, New Mexico.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the red cross we won were so gallantly seen, and the rockets went down of our first men came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
brave. 806 KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM. This story coming out of the Chaves County Sheriff's Office just posted. Accident, Chaves County Sheriff's Office dispatched to an intersection of Lee and Hobson. Accident, one individual was ejected from the vehicle. Three individuals were transported to Eastern New Mexico Medical Center. One is serious condition, the two others minor condition. The driver of the vehicle has been arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs and has been charged with 2 counts of homicide by vehicle and reckless driving and driving with no license and no insurance. 2 male subjects were seriously injured, and one of them was flown to a medical facility for treatment. This update coming out of the Chaves County Sheriff's Office. Let's get to the Lord's Prayer this morning, being brought to you by Judah Oil. Judah Oil reminding you God is in control.
From Psalms 31, be strong, be courageous, and hope in the Lord.
Hello, I'm here with my wife Dixie, and I'm Blaze Campanella with Judah Oil. We pray that as you go through your day, that you will see all the blessings you've been given. God said that He will prosper you and not harm you. See, in a world that is lost, God is there. Yes, in the most empty place, your most fearful circumstance, God is there. He will never leave you. Never forget, Jesus loves you. He really, really does. Please take a moment and pray the Lord's Prayer with us. God bless you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
808, we are W105 Morning Show this morning, being brought to you by WWRV times3.com. Find them on the web or give them a call, 988-0392. RV Parks, they have 3 in Carlsbad, 162 RV hookups, all coming with 30 and 50 amps, all utilities included for one low price, and that does include high-speed internet. Pet-friendly, very well lit up, WWRV times3.com or 988-0392. Got a lot of stories to get to. We'll keep you updated with everything going on. Let's get updated with news. And don't forget, nothing to qualify for today. Monday, we'll roll out the cash blowout again. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale, the guy settling the big cases, $10 million case. $9 million case for medical malpractice, car accidents, slip and falls. If you've been in an accident, call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300. He's the guy to call, settling the big cases. And if you need somebody to defend you in the court of law, call Luke, 575-208-5300. Coming right back, it's 10 minutes after 8. We're W105.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Former President Trump's in court in New York City this morning for a hearing about his criminal trial there.
His attorneys are expected to ask for another postponement. He has pleaded not guilty to charges of falsifying business records prosecutors say was part of an effort to keep adult film star Stormy Daniels from going public in the run-up to the 2016 presidential election.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. 4 men accused in a mass shooting and arson at a concert in Moscow, Russia, killing at least 137 people, appear in court looking like they've been beaten in custody.
The men are aged between 19 and 32, all identified in Russian media as citizens of Tajikistan. ISIS has claimed responsibility for what was the deadliest attack on Russian soil in years. Today's been declared a national day of mourning.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Boeing CEO says he'll step down at the end of the year. The company's dealing with safety and quality concerns. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, this is Big Ben, and it's time to announce the Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan's Guaranteed Approval Program. It's a new year, and it's time for a new you. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan has partnered with local banks to bring this opportunity to you. Do you have a job? You're approved. Do you have a passport, a driver's license, or an ID? You're approved. What about an ITIN number? You're approved. Good credit or bad credit, if you're over the age of 18 and currently employed, you're approved. At Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, your job is your credit. Plus, take advantage of the amazing rates on new and pre-owned vehicles. Get rates as low as 1.9% on select new vehicles. Save big today on cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. With over 300 pre-owned vehicles on the lot and another 300 at our off-site location, we have what you need. Save big now with up to $10,000 off on select new 1,500 trucks and new cars starting as low as $19,000. Now's the time to take advantage. You gotta get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan today. 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
Wilbanks Trucking Services is seeking dedicated, responsible, and committed professionals to join their team. CDL positions that pay starting at $25 an hour and higher depending on experience. Non-CDL positions starting at $20 per hour. And crane operators at $34 per hour and higher depending on experience. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers comprehensive training and excellent benefits including medical, dental, and vision, 401k, as well as housing for out-of-town employees. To join the leaders in oilfield services, call 575-746-6318 or visit wilbanks.us for more information on career opportunities. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for oilfield, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle or call 575-393-3383.
Find a new career and extended family when you work for Eddy County. They're hiring now for multiple departments. Eddy County needs certified and uncertified deputy sheriffs, as well as detention officers and detention nurses, with detention officers receiving a $5,000 sign-on incentive. Eddy County also needs an SO crime scene investigator and an SO digital records coordinator. Eddy County offers great pay with excellent benefits like vacation, sick and holiday pay, retirement, and health insurance. You can apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
You can bag a bargain this week at Bob's Ridgeway with the biggest springtime sale of the season. With fryer thighs, 99 cents a pound. Sirloin cut pork chops, $1.99 a pound. Can of golden cantaloupe, 2 for just $4. Haas avocados, 3 for just $1. Take advantage of big food staple specials like Food Club all-purpose flour, 5-pound bag, just $1.98. And it's National Frozen Food Month, so you can get values on Craven ice cream treats, Stouffer's enchiladas, pizzas and lasagna, family pack dinners, Tombstone pizzas, Hot Pockets, Vanderkamp fish sticks, more than 150 big value specials this week with between the quality, value, and where they still carry your groceries out. Your grocery dollar always goes farther. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Class A CDL driver and heavy equipment operator opportunities are available now at McNabb Partners in Hobbs. If you have Class A experience with a dump truck or belly end dump, apply today. If you have experience with a backhoe, track hoe, loaders, or road graders, hurry down to 5014 West Carlsbad Highway to apply. McNabb Partners also has openings for general laborers. Uniforms provided. Don't miss out on paid health, dental, vision, and life insurances, plus a 401k. Apply in person today, 5014 West Carlsbad Highway in Hobbs. McNabb Partners is an equal opportunity employer. Must pass pre-employment drug screen.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
It's showtime, y'all. You love him and I love him. Put your hands together.
Ian the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
And I'm going to mispronounce. I'm not going to try.
Ian the Breakfast Club.
The world is constantly changing.
I have never seen this before.
Breaking news. This just in.
What's happening? What's happening? Your place for news remains the same.
The NCAA tournament is underway. And while some stars reap the financial benefits of NIL, many players still struggle to pay their way through college. The Crappy College Players Relief Fund supplies bench warmers with everything they'll need to get through a semester. For just 64 payments of $3.74, you can help these young men buy college essentials, such as beer pong tables, late-night pizza deliveries, and enough Visine to make a 2-ton tranquilized elephant look completely sober. Plus, we'll match your sponsored athlete with their very own nerd so they can stay academically eligible.
I got an A+. Thanks, Kumar.
The Crappy College Players Relief Fund, fulfilling rosters with scrubs for over 25 years.
You know, some colleges have actually pulled all the money together where everybody gets a little piece of the pie.
Well, I guess they go with that relief fund.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome idea. 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, California residents shared a video of a hungry bear searching for snacks in the trash bin outside her home in Los Angeles. And then the bear was politely reminded that people in Los Angeles, they have no trash. Yeah, I mean, the actresses and models, they're very skinny. Sorry, I mean, this bear was like the ones playing football in Chicago. Totally harmless, not an issue. And New York City experienced rainfall records on Saturday, 3.6 inches of rain in Central Park. Wow. By the way, New York City has not seen 3.6 inches since the Anthony Weiner's photo.
Ooh.
You guys didn't get that, Anthony Weiner?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh. Tammy Faye featured in a musical from Elton John and Jake Shears. It hits Broadway coming up in October.
Oh, I love the movie.
What movie, Tom? What movie was that?
Tammy Faye. That actress won the Academy Award for that role, by the way.
This is a musical by Elton John.
I know, but
it has nothing to do with a movie.
I love the movie, because there was a movie about Tammy Faye Baker, by the way.
Why did you love the movie?
Well, because, oh my God. Tammy Faye was an inspirational people to millions of Americans.
Who?
Tom, do you get it that her husband was a televangelist?
Yeah, Jimmy Baker.
And was living a very lavish lifestyle
So
like Tammy.
who doesn't lead double lives? Give me a break.
Most people.
Oh. Yeah, holding people to a certain standard. We can't have that.
I think most people don't live double lives. I think most people are genuine in who they are.
Most people would love to live double lives, Blake.
Look, just because you want to.
If you live the double life, would it be the guy that dresses like a woman sometimes? Like you did on your honeymoon?
Well, that was an experimental thing. Everybody does something on their honeymoon.
No. Tracy Morgan says he's gained 40 pounds.
He's in the Tom Tom Club.
Well, no, he gained the weight while he was on.
When in hospital be?
No. He was on the diet drug, the new one. What's it called? Ozometric?
Yeah.
Ozempic.
So how do you lose? That's a weight loss drug.
It's supposed to be anyway. He's happy about it too.
No, he's not happy. Why would he be happy? He gained 40 pounds.
He says he loves being bigger.
Well, why get on the medication to begin with?
Maybe he was losing weight.
I don't know. We talk about Sarah Evans. Sarah Evans separated from her husband, Jay Barker, and filed for divorce in 2021 after he was arrested on domestic violence charges. They were officially divorced 2 years ago, and now they're back together to make it another run at it. By the way, they said they're going through counseling and therapy together. You know, when people really love each other, they'll do whatever it takes to find their way back to each other.
I don't know. I guess you like getting beat up.
Kind of like that female cop and her husband. The one that slept with the whole force?
Yeah, I guess. Wow.
Yes, they really love each other.
If they really love each other. And, I believe sex can be addictive.
Sure.
She might have had an addiction problem, Tom.
What if maybe he couldn't satisfy her?
That could be it.
Sarah Evans, really?
No, not Sarah Evans. The other girl. But Sarah Evans, too. I mean, whatever. People are different. If they both love each other and they want to do whatever it is, they're adults. They can do their own thing.
Sarah, if it don't work out, I'm available, babe.
Yeah. I'm sure she's looking at you going, I got to have a piece of that. I got to have a piece of that. Thank you, Sarah.
Well, we can get in touch with her agent for you if you want, Tom.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do it. 8:23, boob of the day coming up in just a second. Tennessee, a man arrested after shooting through a McDonald's drive-thru. Look, I get ticked sometimes when they don't get my order right and so on and so forth. But, dude, 22-year-old Trevon Garrett has been charged with 9 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of reckless endangerment. Police say he has previously been arrested for domestic violence. Now he was involved in a verbal altercation with an employee at the drive-thru window at McDonald's. Garrett then came into the business, waved a gun in the air. He then went back outside, went through the drive-thru, and shot into the drive-thru window. Thank God nobody was harmed. Nobody was harmed, other than those, of course, eating Big Macs inside, but that's a totally different type of harm. But McDonald's drive-thru worker shocked at the heinous act. And after someone ordered a fish fillet, they couldn't believe that the guy pulled out a gun on them, and it's crazy. Did you guys see the UFC? The guy that got bit?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I did. And
that was crazy.
And then he got the tattoo.
Yes, he got the tattoo. But That's crazy that somebody would. Who do you think you are? I know Mike Tyson's coming back, but nuts.
Just getting those choppers working.
That's nuts. All Senate Democrats voted against borrowing taxpayer money to fly illegal migrants to U.S. towns.
What?
Now, this is where
that can't be true.
This is where we would go and pick them up from another country.
We would flew hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
330,000.
Yeah.
So the Republicans were trying to end this ridiculous executive order that Joe Biden.
Oh,
so
you're saying that the Democrats voted against that bill?
Yeah,
I
thought
you said that they voted against flying them here. I'm like, no, that's what they stand for.
No, they voted against borrowing taxpayers' funds to fly illegal migrants into the United States because it makes it safer for them coming. Yeah, I mean, it does.
Yeah, so
and there's no lines for them.
They want to spend tax money.
Right.
Flying. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Just the way it was the way it was read, I was like, wait a minute, that's opposite.
And the cool thing is no lines to be waited in, and we go pick them up. This is pretty good. Mexico's president, Tom, what's his name?
Sanchez.
You are correct, Tom.
Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador.
Okay.
Wait. You didn't say Sanchez.
I could have snuck in there. It would have been good, too.
Threatened in an interview over the weekend that if Biden administration does not give in to his demands, he will unleash the floodgates of illegal migrants at the southern border. What are you talking about, bro? They're already here.
Right.
60-minute interview talking to him about the southern border, and he said, if Biden does not do what I say, we're going to open the floodgates. Biden beat you to it. He's opened the damn floodgates. What are you talking about?
Well, wait a minute. Don't we have laws against foreign entities trying to influence our politicians?
Of course.
Just
Of
asking.
course.
Just asking.
Well, and here's the other thing. Do you think this little Sardoff runt would be saying this if Donald Trump was president?
Unequivocal, no.
No. Because Donald Trump would come back and say, okay, cool. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to stop every remittance that comes in the United States that's being sent from the United States to Mexico. We are going to charge a tariff, 20% tariff. No problem. Go ahead, open the floodgates. Go ahead. And by the way, that $4 billion that we give you for drug intervention, we're not going to give you that anymore either. Because we give you the money and then you just turn around and go, stupido.
Right.
You know, but why are we giving them money anyway?
Well, we should.
Nuts. Yeah. Supreme Court to hear the high-stakes abortion pill case. I think that's tomorrow they're going to hear that. So March 26. Yeah. So what was the number we talked about last week, Blake? Was it 60% of all abortions are done by a pill in the United States?
Yeah, it was more than half. It was more than half.
I think it was 60% of all abortions in the United States are done by giving the woman a pill. And so the Supreme Court is going to hear the high-stakes abortion pill case starting tomorrow. And Fetterman actually says something that was accurate and kind of smart.
Yeah.
During the interview with Fox News, airing Friday, the special report, John Fetterman reacted to the claim that 30,000 Palestinians had been killed in the Israeli-Hamas war, a claim that he repeated by Joe Biden by stating that the numbers include a huge number of Hamas terrorists, also said that the war could end immediately if Hamas would surrender and release the hostages. The numbers are way off, though. The numbers, it's not 30,000.
Right.
It's not even close to 30,000.
Well, and then
more like 13,000.
Well, and then of course he came out and is lashing out at Kamala Harris.
Right.
For again over Israel.
Well, and I expect that from John Fetterman because he's Jewish. I would expect that. All right, boob of the day coming up. Here is a boob. A man arrested in Alamogordo, drunk and driving. By the way, this was not his first time. Larry Dennis, convicted 8 times. Drinking and driving. 8 times. In Texas, after 3, you go to jail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's after 3 you go to jail. 8 different times this guy has been charged. I wonder if they'll finally give him some jail time.
Probably.
All right, let's get to the boob of the day. We'll do that in just a second. Tom, quick check of what is going on the text line, being brought to you by the morning show, being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Serving Southeast New Mexico, the largest inventory of new and pre-owned models, big name brands like Cougar and Keystone and others. Get in there and talk to them about a fifth wheel. If you're living in a hotel, working in the patch, get yourself a fifth wheel. Let the per diem pay for that thing. 575-622-1751. Take the virtual tour today of every unit on either one of their lots in Roswell. Main Trailer Sales, Inc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Tom?
All right, B, on that UFC fighter, this text says he was immediately banned for life from the UFC.
Should.
Mm-hmm. And, hey, B, why you always hating on Tom? He's not trying to buy love like you. And then he says, laugh out loud. Okay. On Sarah Evans, maybe she just needed more.
I bought love?
Yeah, you buy love.
You can't buy love. You can buy sex. You can buy companionship, but you can't buy love.
Right. Can't buy me.
I think the Beatles actually sang a song about that.
I just sang it.
But you could correct me if I'm wrong.
And maybe Sarah Evans says this text just needed more experience to make their marriage better. You know, B, I've done several stories on battered women, and on average, they'll go back to those spouses or boyfriends or girlfriends before they actually leave them. They either leave battered, real battered, or they leave dead. One of the two. So, and that is a fact. I've talked to various counselors in those situations, but it takes several times before they actually leave them. And by the way, B, it bothers me that Tom makes up actresses, and it bothers me, though. It don't bother me, though, that he makes up actresses. It bothers me that he thought he knew who the Hallmark Queen was.
That bothers the hell out of me, too.
So, Danica Keller, and, Candice Bure. How many more names you want?
None. The only name I wanted you to say was, we have someone wanted to wish their wife, Leslie, a happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Leslie, your husband is wishing you happy birthday.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday,
Tom, what's her last name?
I'll jack it up.
Leslie, I hope you have a great, great day.
Happy birthday.
All right, let's do the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff ready to help you. If you are not feeling well, all of a sudden you're tired all the time and fatigue, and there's got to be something going on. You ought to go get that checked out. In a lot of pain, go and talk to them. They offer multiple things that can help. Yeah, in the place of surgeries or steroid shots, they offer stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, cryotherapy, and more. And, the older you get, you start having problems with hormones. Hormonal optimization, they offer that at Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. And they offer testosterone replacement therapy, and the list goes on and on. 3900 North Blovington Highway. Check them out in Hobbs, the Desert, FMA.com, proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
So this might be a cute idea from your kid, but not so cute in the eyes of the law. The California Highway Patrol posted to let people know, quote, imaginary friends don't count in the carpool lane. California has fast track monitors that you set yourself according to how many people are in your car. If you set it to 2 or 3, you get a discount on tolls if you're driving on one of the tollways. Some guy was using the express lane near San Francisco last Wednesday. When his monitor scanned through, it said he had 3 people in the car. But like in a lot of those places, HOV lanes and other things like that, there you have police monitoring, and the cop saw that the guy was driving alone, pulled him over. Now the guy had a T-shirt wrapped around his passenger seat with a bucket hat on the headrest. So that was passenger number 2. But there was no passenger number 3 at all, anywhere. No dummy, no nothing. So the Highway Patrol posted an image set to the song, You've Got a Friend in Me. And they said, quote, imaginary friends don't count as occupants when setting your fast track responder.
No.
Yesterday, this driver thought he could outsmart our officers on patrol, but he failed. And the standard fine for setting your transponder wrong is $238 for putting a T-shirt and a bucket hat on your passenger seat. You are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Get in touch with them today. As I'm trying to look up the song that would make all this so much better, and of course they got to play the commercial before the song. Here we go. Come on.
Come on.
It was an imaginary lover in the car with him. Tom, who sings the song?
Imaginary lover. It was, Gabe something.
Yeah, Gabe, our Atlanta rhythm section.
Well, the name of that.
Oh, no, it's not. All right, Biden campaign ripping a page out of the Donald Trump playbook with the name-calling strategy. I mean, Donald Trump is so good at it. You know, Lion Ted Cruz, Little Marco Rubio, Pocahontas, Crying Chuck Schumer, Crazy Nancy Pelosi, Crooked Hillary, Crazy Joe. The list goes on and on.
Wait,
but
some of those aren't made up names. Some of those are actual who they
you're
are.
Right. but now the Democrats are calling Donald Trump broke Biden, broke Don. I mean, just because you can't pull together $465 million doesn't mean you're broke.
Well, and Mark Cuban pointed out to a couple of these Democrats, they don't understand how net worth is measured. They don't understand what money really is.
And he should know.
You know, and how net worth is measured. It's not measured by cash in the bank. That's not how net worth is measured.
No.
It's measured by the value of all your assets.
Assets, and once it's, so, yeah, broke. I don't think he's broke.
He ain't broke.
I don't think Donald Trump will ever be broke. I could be wrong.
They may not
but
get a dime.
Letitia James can only sell property that's in New York City or in New York State.
Well, and again, I'm going to point out, she can only go after property that's personally owned by him.
His personal. And I would think that Donald Trump is smart enough to know that, make sure and have everything as a corporation, protect yourself personally. I would think.
That's what I said.
I could be. Yeah, I could be mistaken, but I think that's the case. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. Get in there and talk to them. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And they're always closed Saturday, open on Sunday. Zia Guns, check them out today, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Get in there and trade in your old gun, get a better gun. And ladies, if you've been thinking about getting personal protection, they are there to help. 8:39, Tom on the text, then we're going to take a break.
All right, so John from Eunice, he's chiming in. Guys, Biden won't give in to Sanchez's, by the way, thanks, Tom, just to make sure they open up the floodgates. That's exactly what NUTS and his handlers want, said John from Eunice. Another texter says, damn, Blake, you're trying to be Tom's twin?
You're going to have to explain that.
Well, because you're coughing a bunch. But that's okay. I mean, vitamin A, vitamin A. Okay. And another text is saying, hey, they got the joke, but it was just stupid like you're stuttering.
Smokey, if it's about the cough, my voice is coming back, but I have that lingering cough. And I turn off my microphone, but I have Tom's turned up.
Yeah.
And so even though I turn the other way, I still try and get it.
Back to the cockfighting. Have you guys ever seen the little boxing gloves they put on those roosters? Blake, you know about that?
I do. I've seen all those. The knives and everything else they put on. Confiscated many of them.
Yes, you have.
You're talking about the color of our shirts. Yeah, Tom wore the red W105. I have the red 24 hours in the Canyon shirt on.
We're
not the same shirt.
Not the same. And there you go, B.
All right.
Actually, we're all wearing red today. B shirts kind of got red.
Color? Yeah,
red
mine is. I don't know what color this is. It's like a orangish, reddish.
Must be Red Shirt Monday.
Yeah, maybe it is.
The mango red.
Sign of the times. 8:49, 19 minutes away from the hour of 9. Morning show this morning being brought to you by David Trujillo, Republican running for county commissioner in Lee County, District 1. David recently was speaking about he is the oilfield serving in the Permian Basin for the last 17 years. Army veteran for 15-plus years. Was also on the board of directors for the Boy Scouts. Coached All-Star game, All-Stars in baseball. And Lovington, Little League, basketball, the list goes on and on and on. Part of the community and instrumental in that $21 million project, the Main Street project in Lovington. Understands how to go get money from the state for capital outlay and also understands how to stay in the budget. For the last 20 years, David has been either a city commissioner, the mayor, or the mayor pro tem for the city of Lovington. More information, you can follow David. He is on Facebook. Go check him out. This message paid for by David Trujillo, running for county commissioner, District 1 in Lee County. Coming right back, be in the Breakfast Club with W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field. Fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. It's down to 3 as the middle school design team of Hobbs Municipal Schools selected its top proposals from the field of 6 designs during the group's last meeting Monday at the HMS District Office. And while there are similarities, each of the 3 design proposals now undergoing refinement by the regional engineering and architectural firm. The group will meet again April 9 to review those revised proposals and hopefully select the final design for the new 4th middle school in Hobbs. The new middle school, part of a $50 million bond project by voters last year. Second phase of the project to build the new middle school includes replacing the existing Heiser Middle School on Standaline Road. New school is planned for property in northern Hobbs, located southeast of the intersection of Millen Drive and North Grimes Street. An Artesia firefighter arrested last Thursday night charged with felony aggravated assault against a household member for an incident that happened February 25th, where the firefighter allegedly fired a gun during a domestic dispute. Mario Samaniego arrested February 29th on a warrant issued by the Eddy County Sheriff's Office, which investigated the initial complaint last week. Police say he drove to the home of his estranged wife, shot his gun at least once after a verbal argument ensued. He then allegedly went to the home on Short Track Road in Eddy County after he set his wife wife did not show up to the Artesia Public Safety Complex at night to pick up their children. He then returned to the property minutes later after his wife's partner leaving and attempted to block the vehicle. Carlsbad mother who allegedly assaulted school employees last year arrested Monday after evading police for more than 3 months. 42-year-old Victoria Terrazas arrested on 2 charges of assaulting a school employee and single count of larceny. During her arrest, Terrazas also charged with resisting, evading, and obstructing an officer and failing to obey traffic signs. She was arrested and booked into the Eddy County Detention Center. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, NTD Radio News.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet. It's March Madness, March Insanity, March Craziness, whatever you want to call it. Bring yourself down here to Carlsbad Chevrolet. Do yourself a favor. We have the most used cars, probably most mixed here in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, and we want to get it on with you guys. Trade in your vehicle, sell it to us, do whatever it takes. Let's get you into these deals as low as 1.9%, folks. We haven't seen that in a long time. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great guys and gals.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
You can bag a bargain this week at Bob's Ridgeway with the biggest springtime sale of the season. With fryer thighs, 99 cents a pound. Sirloin cut pork chops, $1.99 a pound. Can of golden cantaloupe, 2 for just $4. Haas avocados, 3 for just $1. Take advantage of big food staple specials like Food Club all-purpose flour, 5-pound bag, just $1.98. And it's National Frozen Food Month, so you can get values on Craven ice cream treats, Stouffer's enchiladas and lasagna, family pack dinners, Tombstone pizzas, Hot Pockets, Vanderkamp fish sticks, more than 150 big value specials this week with between the quality, value, and where they still carry your groceries out. Your grocery dollar always goes farther. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
King Driving Academy, located at 1430 West Bender and Hobbs, is a 4-week CDL training school. They provide 2 weeks of theory training along with a 2-week training course on the road. The course is taught by a state-certified CDL instructor with no computer or even books. Everything is a hands-on training course. $500 will be deducted from the course price. They have flexible course schedules to fit your needs. They are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with evening classes coming soon. Call them today at 575-441-7836 for King's Driving Academy.
Save the date for this year's Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st. Hoop it up in an action-packed weekend of competitive basketball at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs. Bring your A game and compete for prizes and bragging rights. Enjoy the finest in basketball action, as well as food trucks, vendor booths, and a variety of family-friendly activities. Don't miss out on the ultimate basketball experience at the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament this April 20th and 21st. Register at macro.com and stay tuned for more details to come from our social media accounts. Enjoy all the fun from the Boys and Girls Club of Hobbs in your city of Hobbs.
It's showtime, baby. Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. I was going to put him
877-396-W105. Good news of the day on the way. 8:49. Donald Trump. The deadline is approaching. $454 million bond. New York's Attorney General Letitia James. She's just she's biding her time. Some of the things that she could sell: Trump Towers, Trump Park Avenue. The list goes on and on and on. But Donald Trump letting her have it. Making a comment this morning, I wonder if she'll try to sell my kids at the same time. Of course, he's also heading to his other court case today, the hush money case, the Stormy Daniels hush money. And if he's guilty of that, so is Michelle Lujan Gresham.
Correct.
Paying all that money
and
$80,000.
Lots of Democrat politicians. Anthony Weiner. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Chuck Schumer pay some hush money a while back?
I definitely think he did. So, well, we talked about this on Friday. The Japanese baseball player coming out, speaking on the ex-interpreter's gambling allegations.
Otani. Okay. Well, he's going to go they're going to ask him questions today, I think.
Well, that's what I just said. He's speaking on it, and, it wasn't his gambling debt, Tom.
No.
I'm not buying that.
He supposedly paid off the debt for this interpreter that he had.
Damn, he's such a nice guy. He really is.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean, such a nice guy. But I'm sure Major League Baseball probably has a lot more questions to ask him. Of course, now he needs a new interpreter.
Right.
By the way, all the interpreters are signing up going, maybe it'll pay off my debt. Oh,
right.
$4.5 million. Oh, that'd be awesome. $4.5 million up. Yeah, go ahead and pay it off. Biden vowing to forge ahead with student loan handouts. Has 4 words for the critics.
How do you measure the number of words?
Yeah. We're not backing down. Thank you, Joe.
But
where does it stop? Where does it stop? What else are you going to pay off?
Well, and again, if you're not backing down, that's in direct violation of what the Supreme Court said. That is insurrection by a sitting president. Oh, this has been proven to be illegal. We're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
You want to talk about usurping the Constitution? You want to talk about an abuse of power? You want to talk about a dictator? That's the actions of a dictator.
Yeah, that would be it. No doubt. Looks like newly discovered Australian beetle was found. They almost thought it was bird poop.
For real?
Yeah, no bird poop. But I mean, it's not often you make a big mistake for a big pile of poo for being something like a beetle. Well, I mean, there are a couple times where I think a big pile of poo is actually a big pile of poo, but then it turns out to be like a Democratic representative or the president. So I have made that mistake too. Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire brought in $40 million over the weekend.
That's it? Wow.
And
what do you mean that's it? $40 million is a pretty good take for the movie industry right now.
It took $100 million to make it, buddy.
Did it? Are you sure?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
Well, they were counting for a big office, box office.
Yeah, they're calling it the Frozen Empire, and the only thing frozen now are people's bank accounts that are now frozen after they went to concession stand.
Right. They got icy reviews on it.
They had what?
Icy reviews?
Not on all the nerd things, they didn't.
So
all the people who are actually fans of that type of movie all liked it.
I go see it.
What review gave it icy?
Well,
reviews?
a bunch of what's that, Rotten Tomato guys?
He's trying to make a joke. Frozen, icy.
Icy reviews. Yeah.
I'm going to go see what the Rotten Tomatoes scores.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm wondering how much it costs to. So Frozen Empire cost $100 million to make. So it made 40 the first week, and that's domestic numbers. So that doesn't include international numbers. So they're probably on pace to break even this coming week. Yeah. I would think.
Okay, so Frozen Empire got an 85% on their audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that ain't very good.
85% is really good.
85 is decent.
Not like
so you pick a movie that you thought was really good that you've seen lately.
Now see, that's the third installation of the franchise.
Okay, but pick a movie that you saw recently that you really liked.
Angels.
Okay, look that one up, Blake. Angels.
With Hilary Swank.
I don't think you have the right. I don't think you have the right one because it comes up from 2014, 2007, 2000, 1991. None of them have Hilary Swank in it. Called Angels.
So you didn't even get the name right. That's how great the movie was.
Well, she's a recovering alcoholic.
What is the name of the movie?
Angels.
It's not.
Type in Hilary Swank and movies that she's been in.
I'm not on IMDb. I'm on Rotten Tomatoes.
So
you have to know the name of the movie for me to look it up.
Angel something, whatever.
It's not.
It's in the neighborhood.
Here Comes the Sun, maybe? No. Here Comes the Sun?
No, Come the Sun. Are you kidding?
So you thought it was such a good movie
it was.
That you can't remember the name of the movie.
Remember the actress. What else counts?
Here Comes the Sun from 2022.
No.
Texas seen that movie.
No guys went to see that movie but you. Nobody.
It was a family movie.
All right, well, keep going. I'll come back to it. I'll try and find it.
Okay.
Ordinary Angels.
There you go. Ordinary Angels. There you go.
85% from Rotten Tomatoes.
See? Got a good review.
Well, you just said it wasn't good for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It was the
and
exact
that was
same.
the point I was trying to make. Popular online scam these days, fake obituaries, basically clickbait, where the phony death report earns the scammers money. Los Angeles Times reporter said that Deborah Bankin was online reading her own obituary. She said it was like watching the news and finding out she was dead. But I don't get how they can make money off of fake obituaries. Oh, it's clickbait. Oh, gotcha. Russell Wilson's Denver home sold last week, $21.5 million.
Oh, wow. Man, somebody got a deal in that house.
And that clickbait really isn't obituaries. It's you'll get it, and you've probably gotten the link before. It's a spam thing, and it says, I thought you might know this person. Look what happened to them.
Oh.
Click. Oh.
Wow.
And so don't ever click anything like that.
$21.5 million for Russell Wilson's home. By the way,
he paid
that thing sold $3.5 million less than what he paid for it. But when you're done and you're not in Denver anymore, you need to sell that thing. It's not like he's hurting for money.
There's only 3 people that live in that house, him and his wife and their new child.
Well, I'm not hating on that, Tom. I don't care.
But it's like 80,000 rooms in there and 80,000 bathrooms.
So what are you saying, Tom? That people can't, if they only have 3 people in their family, they can't have a house that they want?
Well, no, that's not it. The point is that a lot of these players end up broke because they buy extravagant things.
I think Russell Wilson is okay, and I think his wife Sierra has done okay on her own. They can live in whatever damn house they want.
Yeah, he just said But there's only 3 people living in that house. Do you want them to have a bunch of illegal people in there too? Or
Yeah, what are we going to do? Rent it out for $500 a pop?
There's only one person living in your bus. I think there's room for a couple more.
Denver is a sanctuary city, by the way.
Yeah, of course it is. Alaska's Murkowski doubling down on not supporting Trump. And, of course, Trump's bid to be president. And Donald Trump this weekend came down hard on Republicans not endorsing him, like Mike Pence and others, and saying, you guys are supposed to take a pledge to the party. And if you're not endorsing me, who are you endorsing?
Well, they didn't support him when he was the president the first time either.
True statement, Tom. Absolute true statement.
But I mean, if you're going to get behind you, what candidate are you getting behind then? None? Okay, I understand that. Don't get behind any.
Nikki Haley is waiting in the wings. She's hoping that they convict him on one of these court trials.
They're not going to convict him on anything. KWMW, Mount Jamora, 105.1 FM. We are being the Breakfast Club. Good news of the day coming up. Morning show being brought to you by All-American Cleaners. All-American Cleaners. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds for $16.99. They, of course, are in Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, and you can find them at all of those locations and online at allamericancleaners.net. Albuquerque Fire and Rescue. 3 employees arrested for DWI. So 3 Albuquerque Fire and Rescue employees arrested for DWI on 3 separate cases, the department said. Albuquerque Fire and Rescue said that 3 of their officers were off duty in separate incidences, all driving under the influence. You would think that if you're a police officer or somebody that works for fire and EMS, you have come upon so many accidents caused by drunk drivers.
Right.
Probably so many fatalities.
Right.
That I would think that would be like, okay, I'm not going to drink and drive.
You would think.
Me personally.
I know as a former firefighter, I have that opinion.
Yeah.
It's not fun scraping people off the side of the road.
No. UFC champ Tito Ortiz deals a knockout punch to Biden's push for Latino voters. Tito Ortiz came out and said it's pandering at its worst. He was on Jesse Waters' primetime on Friday. Retired UFC light heavyweight champion said Biden is pushing to rally Latino voters over to his campaign. He said it's nothing more than pandering because nobody has cared for 3.5 years about Latino voters. And when it comes to food, the food is up under Biden, but people are ignoring the inflation because, if they're going to vote Democrat, they're going to vote Democrat. Bill Maher came out over the weekend. I mean, Bill Maher is such a big lib, but he's the one that said that people are going to ignore it. And he said but life is not easier under a Joe Biden. Thank God for Bill Maher for admitting the truth.
Right.
903, Tom on the text.
All right. On the Ghostbusters movies, this text saying it's the 4th movie in the franchise, and then there's a 5th one that doesn't follow the franchise at all. With all that the women that flop, I hate.
Oh yes, I forgot about that one.
I hate how Tom tries to act like he's I never say I'm an expert. I just want to throw punch him. Says this one text. Well, come on.
Yeah, you did. You said
I ain't
you were
going there. Come on, bring it, baby.
You said you knew everything about them.
Well, I do.
That means you're an expert.
Ordinary Angel says the text. That's what I tried to say.
It is not what you tried to say.
Yeah. But it was there. B finally got it, though. And totally
I
random.
go to movies and I can't remember the name of them.
Right.
They were so good.
And B totally random.
They were so good.
Totally random question. Any word on the performers for the Lee County Fair and Rodeo this year?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet, but they're coming.
I mean, that we know what they've budgeted to do that, but they haven't finalized the
What was
contract.
the final? 2.4 million? Something like that? Yeah. So they're going to be good.
We'll let you know as soon as we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some rumors, and of course, this Lee County Fair and Rodeo, and it's arguably the best fair in the state. Rivals the state fair every year.
I don't care who Albuquerque brings. I mean, they're bringing a good lineup this year, but it ain't going to be like the ones that we got.
I'm just going to say, from what a couple of little birdies have told me that they're working on, it is a big name country star.
A bomb, baby. I'm telling you. Hey, B, they're saying that when Truth Social goes public on the stock market, Trump will be worth $3 billion. More just.
I'm going to be honest. I don't see that because Truth Social does not have the reach.
Well, and just because he's going to be worth that, you got to remember all IPOs are this way. They have either a 6-month or a 9-month lockout. It's not like you can just turn around and sell your stock right away.
Right.
They all have a time. Now, the board of directors can override that, but they all have a 6-month or 9-month lockout of selling stock by major stockholders because of the adverse effects that it has on that stock. And that's for every company. That's not just that one.
Mm-hmm. And this texter goes on to finish up. He said, it backfired on them by kicking them off Twitter and Facebook. Just watch, says the text. And there you go.
So Truth Social has about 5 million. 5 million active users.
Okay.
So how many do you think Facebook has?
Ooh, billions.
Can't count.
Well, because when you start counting all over the world.
Yeah, that's the difference. I'm just wondering what their reach would be in America. 41 million, maybe? That's what this is saying. 41 million.
A lot.
That sounds low. Oh, here we go. 202.
I got in 2023, in the first quarter of 2023, is 269 million users.
269. Oh. This said 202. So, and, the point is just the reach of Truth Social is not that big. So I don't know why it would be. I don't know why it would be valued at.
Oh, they can say what they want.
I mean, how much did Twitter sell for?
What, billions?
41 billion.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, it was bunch. All right, it looks like a man from the Navajo Nation sentenced second degree murder. Isaac Augustine Bob, 39 years old, and was a member of the Navajo Nation, sentenced to 15 years in prison for murdering his friend. That murder happened in 2020. And the DOJ is moving to dismiss the decade-long $3.3 billion civil case against Dish Network. Months after the company's founder donated $100,000 to Biden's re-election campaign, guess what? It looks like, I don't know, that case will be dismissed.
Pay to play.
And a Texas man arrested after boarding a Delta flight using a photo ID of another passenger's ticket. So nowadays you can get on the flight with a screenshot. So evidently he screenshotted another guy's ticket. And that's a criminal charge, big time, no doubt. So Delta had him arrested. All right, we're going to take a break. Good news of the day coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew, reminding you he is up for re-election. He needs your vote. Also, if you can give to his campaign, do so at randallpettigrew.com. When it came time for COVID, nobody fought to keep our schools open harder than Randy Pettigrew. And then it came keeping our businesses open. So fighting this governor, Randy Pettigrew was up in Santa Fe fighting this governor, even though they weren't in session. because he had to be. Randy continues to fight for our Second Amendment rights, to protect them and fight for the oil and gas industry. Go to the website to give to his campaign or find out more information. RandallPettigrew.com, running for District 61 in Lee County. Randall Pettigrew. Find out more information. RandallPettigrew.com. Message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. 9:09. Good news coming up next. We're coming right back. Be in the Breakfast Club on W105.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Fox business correspondent Lydia Hughes at the courthouse.
They're going to ask to either delay or dismiss this hush money case. Today is also the deadline for the former president to post the appeal bond for nearly $500 million to protect his assets from New York Attorney General Letitia James.
James could seize assets to cover Trump's civil fraud judgment. Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun is stepping down at the end of the year. The company's dealing with safety and quality concerns about his airplanes.
In a letter to employees, he says the eyes of the world are on us, and he knows Boeing will come through this moment a better company. The company also says its board chair Larry Kellner will not stand for re-election, and its head of commercial airplanes Stan Deal is retiring.
Fox's Ginny Casola. Stocks start the day lower on Wall Street this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
Save the date for this year's Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st. Hoop it up in an action-packed weekend of competitive basketball at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs. Bring your A game and compete for prizes and bragging rights. Enjoy the finest in basketball action, as well as food trucks, vendor booths, and a variety of family-friendly activities. Don't miss out on the ultimate basketball experience at the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament this April 20th and 21st. Register at macro.com and stay tuned for more details to come from our social media accounts. Enjoy all the fun from the Boys and Girls Club of Hobbs in your city of Hobbs.
There is no one in New Mexico who's a better friend of our oil and gas jobs than Representative Larry Scott. Larry Scott understands oil and gas. That's why we need Larry Scott in the state Senate, so he can fight for us. Larry Scott, protecting our jobs, protecting oil and gas, protecting Southeast New Mexico. We need Larry Scott in the state Senate, paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
The City of Hobbs would like to warn local residents and property owners of contractor scams during tax season. Before hiring a contractor, do your homework. Get more than one estimate, ask for references, search online for any complaints, and above all, ensure that whoever you hire holds a contractor license. Once you've chosen a licensed contractor or business, don't rush into a contract and never make the full payment up front. If you need assistance verifying a contractor's license or have questions, you can call the City of Hobbs Building, Safety, and Permitting Division at 575-391-8158 or online at the New Mexico East Services Contractor Licensing site. Lastly, always be sure to get appropriate permits when required.
Are you excited to bet on the games? Don't let March Madness turn into March Sadness. If you're concerned about your gambling or a loved one's gambling, PeopleWorks offers free private conversation to family members and gamblers. Call 505-990-4186. That's 505-990-4186. Or visit peopleworksnm.org for your free and confidential consultation.
When you live your life in Wrangler clothes, it's hard to imagine working a 9-to-5 without them. While protection is important, you want clothes with style and comfort. And now, thanks to Wrangler flame-resistant apparel, you can have it all. Wrangler FR is designed to protect you from burn injury on the job, while continuing to offer the comfort and durability you'd expect from Wrangler. Stop by Benny's Western Store, 205 West Main in Artesia, and 107 South Canyon in Carlsbad to try on some Wrangler FR apparel today. When it comes to work clothes, wear clothes that work for you.
Looking for oilfield, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
American Oil and Natural Gas provides a
a reliable energy solution, powers our economy, and ensures energy independence over foreign sources. As one of the country's leading producers, Coterra Energy has a responsibility to help meet these needs. They're growing their team and bringing on new team members who are passionate about energy and making a difference in the Permian Basin. New team members receive a sign-on bonus and have access to an incredible benefits package. To apply, text Coterra to 71441. That's C-O-T-E-R-R-A to 71441. Coterra Energy is an equal opportunity employer.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells, as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Don't miss the 3rd annual Wads for Warriors Clay Shoot, scheduled for April 26th and 27th in Artesia at the Eddy County Shooting Range. Come out for 2 days of prize boards, live auctions, gun boards, and of course, clay shooting. All proceeds from this event will benefit the Permian Warrior Partnership as well as local veterans charities. They're also raffling off a 2024 Polaris Ranger Crew. Wads for Warriors is the largest clay shoot in southeast New Mexico. Purchase raffle tickets or register your team by visiting wads4warriors.com. That's WADZ, the number 4, warriors.com.
This is really degrading to women.
Call or text 877-396-W105. Powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God Studio. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Call or text 877-396-W105. Brought to you by your Kubota dealer and found at AmigoMachinery.com. Question of the day being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supplies, your Napa dealer.
What a beautiful day to be in denial.
877-396-W105. According to Statistic.com, 302 million social media users in the United States. By the way, 91% of U.S. households have some form of social media in their households. Facebook, 76%, YouTube, 65%, Instagram, 56%, TikTok, 45%, Snapchat, 34%, Twitter, 31%, and you would have to go way, way, way down. Twitch is actually higher than True Social.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, Twitch is a game watching platform,
right?
It's gamers.
Yeah, they count it
mostly.
as.
There's other stuff on there too.
Yeah, mostly. So even Pinterest is at 26%. So I don't see True Social not even in the top 25. So just saying, True Social does not have.
True Social, regardless if it is or isn't, is viewed as politically one-sided.
Right, no doubt. No doubt. Twitter used to be that way, is not anymore. All right, Danny DeVito has confirmed that he'll be working with Arnold Schwarzenegger on a new movie, much like Arnold and his housekeeper. They're really doing it, much like him and the housekeeper. They're really, really doing it. Tom Brady's ex-wife, Giselle, formally denied allegations of cheating. She swears that she only cheated during Brady's football career with the only cheater was Bill Belichick. that she was not a cheater. And her and the
does anyone believe that?
No, I don't. I think she was because right after they split, she got with the jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah,
so,
like immediately, like the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. And unofficial reports that Britain's King Charles was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He is given 2 years to live. Again, this is not confirmed, but if there's any cancer that you would get,
that one.
And I mean, if you had your choice, if I had my choice of cancers, I'm going with prostate.
Because they can cut that out right away.
Yeah. Pancreatic cancer is probably the worst.
Wow.
It's bad.
That and colon.
Well, it kind of lets us know, look, they're human just like we are. Maybe they wear the crown.
We all knew they were human, Tom.
But maybe they wear the crown.
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying.
Who didn't think they were human,
We
Tom?
always thought they were invincible, okay?
No one thought that.
I always thought.
Please.
But, he's sick.
Please
Kate's sick.
don't include anybody but yourself.
Sarah Ferguson had cancer, too. So.
I love when you argue with yourself.
Don't feel so bad. They're human, too.
Everybody knew that.
Yeah. So.
I think you're the
Didn't
only
the
one
queen
who
just die? If she wasn't human, she would have.
She was old. Come on now.
Well, but if she's not human, and she would never die.
Yeah, but we
She'll
don't
be
see those
immortal,
people in that
immortal.
way.
Yes, we do.
I never have.
Yes, we don't say we. Say
quit
you.
Including.
Yeah, it's you.
Quit including us.
I never saw them that way. Like they would live forever.
Well, good for you. But please don't include anybody else.
But when that changed was when
survey.
Diana died. That was when that whole thing changed.
No, because nobody thought they were like superhuman. Surveys of Gen Zers, 30% of Gen Zers use the same underwear for multiple days. Tom, there's one word for that.
Cochino.
Cochino, yeah. Change your underwear.
That's nasty.
Ronald McDaniel, if Tom says it's nasty, it's got to be nasty. Ronald McDaniels says Trump should not pardon January 6 prisoners who attacked the Capitol.
I think he should.
So this lady was in charge of the Republican Party. Former Republican Party National Committee chairman or chairwoman Ronald McDaniels told Meet the Press that President Trump should not pardon January 6 protesters if he's reelected.
Didn't MSNBC just hire her?
Yes.
Yeah. And the first
she's
person
just warming up.
The first person he should pardon is Corey Griffin.
Why should he be first?
Yes, I'm sure that's high on his list.
He should.
Why should he be first?
Because he was one of his biggest supporters. He even named his own deal, Cowboys for Trump. Come on now.
Thank you, Tom. God bless you.
And but look at the case. Look at his case. Okay? He was unfairly treated, was in jail for 10 days, did not get fed.
They were all unfairly treated.
No, you don't mess with our New Mexicans like that. I'm sorry.
You don't mess with us in New Mexico like that. No.
He was never given a fair hearing to begin with.
Yellowstone star Forrest Smith was kicked off a plane because he didn't want to sit next to somebody with a mask on. I don't know about you, but nowadays, if I see somebody with a mask, I'm thinking to myself,
virtue
I wonder
signal.
what they have. I wonder why they're sick. What's going on with them? And look, I get it. If somebody is, immune compromised, maybe that's why they're wearing a mask.
Yeah, I understand that.
But didn't want to sit next to them because they had a mask on. And
look, I still see people driving alone in their car with a mask on. And I don't believe that's because they have something. No, they do have something. It's called stupidity. But
yeah,
but I don't. Those aren't the people that I think actually think they're contagious.
Flight attendants said that they kicked him off the plane because he was intoxicated. But he says no, he made a stink and didn't want to sit next to people with a mask on. Homicide unit looking into the death of near the travel center in Albuquerque. Another death. Somebody didn't get the memo. By the way, homicide is looking into that. Tom on the text. Good news of the day coming up next.
Come on, Tom. Have you lost your mind? Take a pill. I take the vitamin A every day. And the Queen was a listener, says another text. All right, so David in Artesia says, Giselle cheated with me for years and years. And he has a bunch of
in your dreams,
laugh out loud emojis. And you know what? People need to get off Facebook and on Truth Social, says this one.
Look, Facebook has ingrained itself so much into people's lives that just won't happen.
Huh.
Well, the problem, I tried.
Right.
I tried.
But everybody
could
else
not
is
get
still
the
on there.
traction.
Right.
I could not get the traction. And, it's hard for me on Twitter to get the same traction. And me and Blake talked about this. I've been in Facebook jail so many times. I don't get the traction on Facebook either. I mean, I used to share stuff, and I would get, I'd get 100, 200 shares on stuff that I shared. Now, if I get 20 shares, it's a lot.
Right.
And the reason is that Facebook has got a thumb on me. They're only allowing so many people to see my posts now.
And, they constantly tweak all those algorithms so that they can move up or down whoever they deem worthy of that.
Right. And look, this is the first time I haven't been in jail. I mean, usually I'm in jail 30 days out of every 90 days. This is the first time. It's been almost a year I haven't been in Facebook jail. It's crazy.
What's up with that, B?
I don't know. But I just don't get the traction on Facebook. On Truth Social. And like I said, I tried. If any of them that I follow more than any, it would be Twitter now. Because I can post anything. Not that many people are going to see it, because I just don't have that many followers on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. All right, 9:26. Tom, continue. We are going to check the weather, then we're going to get to good news.
All right, so one more here, and the text is saying, Tom wearing a red shirt, really? Did he bust through the wall like the Kool-Aid man? says the texter. Okay.
Hey, Fat Albert's in the house.
And this text says, you want us Mexicans to vote for Trump, yet you talk poo-poo about our Mexican? Primo, laugh out loud, says the text.
Go ahead, Kevin. Point out what's wrong with that.
Okay, so if he's your president, then, I don't, so how could you vote for Donald Trump if he was your president? If you have a Mexican president, if you're Mexican and not American, how could you vote?
Right.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. So,
but we don't vote
and
anyway.
Yes,
man.
I will talk crap about a guy that's talking crap and says that he's gonna flood the borders with people coming across when we can hold his feet to the fire and say, okay, tariffs on everything coming from Mexico. Not a problem.
I was talking to my brother quickly last night about that very issue, and he says, you know what? And I've expressed this on this show a lot of times. We Hispanics don't vote. And what does Biden and Democrats think that those coming over the border are going to vote for him? They ain't going to vote. And that's the way he feels about it. I said, wow, I thought it was the only one. And there you go.
They will vote if they get paid, Tom.
Nah, they ain't going to vote.
Well, they'll vote. All right, quick check of the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall, FR Jeans, $99 work boots. Check them out. And they also have furniture, appliances, and electronics, zero down financing. Rig Outfitters and the home store in the Broadmoor Mall. Right next door is Scrub Outfitters. If you work in the medical field and need scrubs, Healing Hands, Med Coutures, Peaches, big name brands like Dickies, also compression socks, a huge selection, all colors, all designs, and comfortable shoes too. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, and the Broadmoor Mall. Isolated showers after 2 o'clock today. 20% chance of rain, 60 for the high today, about 32 tonight, and then tomorrow 63 and increasing clouds. We got to get to the good news of the day, being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, right across the street from Bob's Thriftway in Lovington. Good news of the day, being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Herschel Rustin Hayes.
So a mom in Georgia was driving with her 2 sons when she crashed into a river. 5 girls from the University of Georgia saved them. 4 jumped in after the car, while the other one called 911. One had to do CPR on the youngest kid, but everyone's okay. The woman and her 2 sons got released from the hospital a few days later. She said she was planning to meet up with the girls to thank them in person. And people in New York can pop into a bar in Brooklyn called the Mallard Drake and get their clothes ironed for free. The guy's known as Iron Man, and he's been doing it off and on since 2016. He irons clothes in a tuxedo on Monday nights, and it's first come, first serve. You can bring something and have it ironed, or you can give him the clothes off your back, and he will give you a robe to wear. And if you're in Brooklyn, that's probably a good idea. So that is your good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. Tradio is coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Roche Air Conditioning and Heating. They can take care of your home and your commercial needs. Take care of all your duct work, your air conditioning, heating. Find out more information. Call Enrique Rocha, 575-631-1999. Call him today. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for a Tuesday edition of BM, the Breakfast Club. Tradio with the award-winning Russ Black coming up next on W1.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. It's down to 3 as the middle school design team of Hobbs Municipal Schools selected its top proposals from a field of 6 designs during the group's last